back, everybody, to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Today, we have a great episode planned for you, and I don't even know that. Today might just suck. However, I did have to spend some time getting finicky with the lights and the green screens, so if we look a little weird, that's just because we're still testing out this new shit. So, yeah. I look kind of bright because, like, this is, like, right on the camera, but I'm not bright, but, like, my area is, so maybe it's fine, I don't know. Just deal with it.
Hello. That's the end of my introductory statement.
We're all really high energy today.
I am. I'm just holding it in.
Oh, just letting you guys know, it is July 4th, the time that we are recording this, so there may be fireworks going off in the background.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Probably towards the end.
Yeah, it won't be for another couple of
We're
weeks.
not good streamers at all. We're just like,
It'll be
just do it.
next episode where the fireworks probably start going off.
Today we are recording multiple episodes to have a bit of a backlog for everybody. So
especially because of realizing too, like, aren't you gonna be in Gen Con in a couple of weeks? We're gonna need those.
yeah, we're gonna need them. So we're gonna be a little bit behind, but it's all good. It's all good. All right. Let's just jump into. I say that every time.
Let's get a quick recap.
Let's get a quick recap. Oh God, what happened?
died.
Oh, that's right. So you guys went to the Lizardfolk lair, and you made negotiations
Through the
with them.
back door.
The back door.
Mhm.
The worst possible thing you
Yeah.
could have ever done
Aside
to
from
any
killing the
Lizardfolk.
baby.
People don't like it.
What was
No,
like,
killing the babies
what,
were
wasn't
less.
killing the babies like minus 15?
Yeah.
No, it was minus 10 per baby killed,
So
which
that's
is
the
actually
only
the
thing-
worst thing you
so
can
that's the
do.
only thing you can do that's worse than going in through the back door.
I mean, these are the structures of society, all right? Do you want to be on the good side of a group of people? You know, you don't kill their babies, that's a given, and you don't go in through their back doors, obviously.
Right, I'm gonna be sentinel there. Forgot about that.
If you kill like a friend, I mean, slap on the
Minus
wrist.
one.
Slap on the wrist, but holy fuck, you came in through the back door in the prisons now.
Yeah.
You guys, luckily, helped out the Lizardfolk people by doing
cooking.
jobs for them and cooking and killing a giant crocodile that almost killed everyone.
Trying to
Beating them up.
appease the...
Oh jeez.
Yep, and he just ruined that.
All right, we're.
I have to go beat a cat's ass. I'll be right
No,
back.
you don't.
Oh my gosh.
Why is Silent super...
He gets the zoomies when we start.
Yeah, I know. It was they were actually pretty, like,
Is that better?
quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fine, and then we started, and he was like, time to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets really excited for the game.
Yeah.
He's like, they're playing! Editing, Spencer, please cut this part out. Thank you.
For the timestamp.
Yeah.
Maybe especially the joke.
It's the very beginning. What joke?
Still.
He's gonna go beat the cat.
You know, beat his cat's ass? Yeah, that's really offensive.
I'm gonna sneak into my cat's back door.
Oh my god.
Ah, no!
I'm cutting that out.
Obviously, we're being
Impossible
completely
thing.
serious about this, because we love being.
I'm leaving. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
I'm sorry.
Is this episode 6 or 7?
7.
You kept saying that, like, killing a baby and going through the back door. I have the brain of a 6-year-old, so I refrained up until now. And that just made it worse.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys went into the Lizardfolk lair, made negotiations with the Lizardfolk, then,
Welcome to a masterpiece online. This
Can't
is
get the back
essentially
just open it, just open it, do it.
to the Marvel Cinematic Films.
You
Our
guys
production- Go ahead.
into the Lizardfolk lair, made negotiations, got arrested, killed a giant crocodile. They like you now, and you guys are now best friends.
The only people we couldn't appease were the stupid sages.
Yeah, they are very
Fuck
hard to
those guys.
appease. They have Lizardfolk politics going down in there, so. But you guys helped them out, left, came back, and they brought some people to talk to the council, and you guys were successful in your mission, up to the point that Saltmarsh is not only just neutral towards these Lizardfolk, not enemies, but allies. You guys are now allied with these Lizardfolk, and when the time comes to war against the Sahuagin, they would want you at their sides.
We are also all honorary citizens of Waterdeep.
You sure are, and you
I
have a
said
house
Waterdeep.
now.
Woo!
Ain't that the
Yeah,
Marsh
coolest?
salt.
There it is.
Yeah, we have the thing. We all signed it.
Mm-hmm.
None of our calligraphy is good.
Nope.
So we're not sure.
I specifically made mine chicken scratch so that.
You guys also leveled up to 4, so you guys
Yeah.
are now level 4.
Yep.
And you guys make your way back to your house, your brand new place that is already furnished and stocked with things for you.
Dibs on the master bedroom.
There are multiple bedrooms in this place. It is almost the size of a mansion. I would more call it a large house than a mansion. It doesn't have like a giant foyer. It just has like hallways that go to other rooms, upstairs, downstairs, a kitchen, a dining room, and so forth. And you guys check it out, and eventually some of you stay there and sleep. Hemo, I'm assuming you go to your house. 'Cause you already have citizenship.
No, I sleep on the ship.
Oh, right. And you sleep on the ship, and you guys settle down after a hard day's work of negotiating with Lizardfolk.
The Lizardfolk men that came with us walked back, right?
Yeah, they walked back. They know how to get back. They wouldn't dare go through their back door. So,
Their back door.
no, not even their own people.
Oh my gosh.
I'm scared.
Is this like right in my face?
No. It's there, but it's not on your face.
Alright.
It's above your face.
Those lizard folk are so prudish.
I know.
So, you guys have a few days of downtime. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Yes.
I want to go find that ship. That's not downtime.
No.
I'll go by myself.
There's two things I want to do.
All right.
I'll let everyone else do their stuff first if they want.
Is there anything you want to do, Yaga?
Nothing comes to mind other than making a quick coin.
You want to work?
No, he'll probably do illusions and stuff. Try his little candle gig again. And
So you want to be a charlatan?
yes.
Wait,
Okay.
before we start, is there anything like exclusive to Saltmarsh for
Yes.
downtime?
There is
Okay.
exclusive things to Saltmarsh in terms of downtime.
We
Yes,
should probably
Saltmarsh is a special place. Oops. In Saltmarsh, buying and selling magic items is flavored for Saltmarsh. So is carousing, research, employment, mercenary work. Those are all special things that you can do in Saltmarsh that the game already printably has something ready for you to do if you want to.
How does it change for buying and selling magic items?
You talk to Captain Zendros of the Faithful Quartermasters of Ius, and she ships in whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, so you don't have to spend 100 gold to go find someone.
You have to
and
spend money to talk to for her. You have to spend like
Yeah.
50 gold piece retainer for her so that she can acquire the item for you. But
So
instead of like
it's the down
spending
payment.
400 gold
Yeah.
to find somebody who will sell it, it's just 50 gold.
You're spending
It's
the
a down payment for her to even get the thing into the city, and then.
She also has like a stock of.
You can
just basic
pay
stuff.
her, and then she'll give you it's basically like a random selection. So she'll have like 5 things. We did this on the episode that you were gone.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So it's not whatever I want. It's
No,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
request items.
I requested sunglasses, which I'm gonna go get from her after this.
okay.
And we put the retainer in.
Okay. Cool. That's probably what I'm gonna do then.
Okay.
As he
Sheena,
figures
is there
out
anything you want to
exactly
do?
what I want. So skip me for now, because
I think
that would be what I would do with my first day. So I'm gonna keep here.
China is going
What?
to do some carousing.
Okay, carousing. Sounds good.
Gina's like, maybe you know who I am.
Saltmarsh has several taverns that provide plenty of opportunities for adventurers to spend their money on fine food and strong drink. Carousing gives the characters a chance to make contacts in town. A week of carousing costs 2d 10 gold pieces as you lavish money on food and drink for yourself and others. While carousing, pick a single tavern in town to frequent. At the end of the week, you earn a contact in town.
You can't borrow it?
Hmm?
Can
Yeah, if you want to. The nature of the contact depends on the chosen tavern. The DM creates a specific contact, such as a bartender at the appropriate tavern or a specific person if blah 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 blah. Alright, so there is the snapping line, the empty net, or the wicker goat. The snapping line typically favors fishers, sailors, and laborers. The empty net is kind of the rundown, like, creepy, shady tavern with smugglers and criminals.
Keep being told not to go to.
Yep. And the wicker goat is got dwarves and town guards. And you've had your experiences with dwarves and town guards.
Yes.
Because the snapping line, they have claw wine.
Hey Logan, really quickly. Boots of false tracks. Is that you?
No.
Okay. Because there's some items here that I know are way too strong to be common magic items, but the list is common magic items.
Does it say version on it?
No,
Yeah.
but magic items are weird. They don't like.
She's gonna do it.
Just turn off.
She's gonna hang out at the sleeping lab.
Okay.
Just turn it off.
Roll 2d10. And we'll say you guys are spending a work week for all this stuff.
We don't
About
have
5
anything
days.
urgent, so we're
Two.
just gonna-
2? Well, yeah, you just finished your mission, you're successful, and you're hanging out. Alright, so you spent about 2 gold pieces. And you move around, and what's your charisma bonus?
Charisma bonus.
Yeah.
After I move the gold is +1.
Okay, so you start to frequent the snapping line. You talk to people around. Nobody you recognize, of course. Nobody seems to recognize you. But you go around, and you talk to some people who you play some games. You drink, and you meet with some people. And then there's this half orc who ends up finding you, and he is very strange. He's tall and lanky, and he's pretty awkward, and he has a single tusk that juts out from his lower jaw, and he has quite warty skin, pretty ugly looking, but he has very fine clothing, and he speaks very well too as he kind of comes over and he says, and he sits down, you two have a conversation at one point. It's like, oh, I am just one of the butlers here in town to one of the mansions. Who are you?
I'm. What was I again? Oh yeah, the bosun for a new ship in town. Kind of. Yeah.
Interesting. Well then.
Yeah. Been a weird time since I got here. It's like, woke up in the forest, and then that's it.
He looks around. Tavern. Do you remember the Emperor?
No.
He kind of stands up and he says, I know more than you may think. My master knows more as well. In the coming days, if you and your friends would find Albrecht, he needs your help. Again, Gina.
Can I have your name since you didn't know mine already?
Vertheg.
How do you spell that?
Vertheg.
V-E-R-T-H.
It is strange. You do not remember.
The halfling guy in the forest said that his frog told him that someone did something to him. Shadowy figures. That knows anything.
I only know from hearsay. I only know of you. My master may know more.
And I'll definitely search him.
And he kind of leaves. That's kind of like the last day that you had.
Yeah.
You are gonna try to sell minor illusions.
Yeah, I am going to
Cool.
be a charlatan, and I'm going to go for either coin or recent rumors that I
Okay.
haven't heard before.
So what I'm gonna try to say, hey Tim, buddy, can you grab me the DM's guy right there? Actually, I think I can.
I got it.
Golly, thanks. I sure do need this book. Logan, I'm going to do a flavored version. I needed Xanathars, not this. Whatever. I'm going to do a flavored version.
It's not over there.
It's not.
Jacob, how do you spell the name of the person that the guy said?
Aubrick, A-U-B-R-E-C-K.
A.
A-U-B-R-E-C-K. It's like Albrecht. This is some really happy music.
You're really happy.
Yeah, something upbeat for me.
I will play the city playlist.
Well, thanks.
Let's Fallout. Oh. No. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do a modified version of crime
Oh, okay.
because that's what you're doing.
Technically, yes.
I will say you don't need to spend money to gather time for targets, but I am going to have to make you. I want you to make. To attempt a crime, the character makes 3 checks: stealth, investigation, perception, or deception.
Okay.
I will say go ahead and make deception, perception, and maybe sleight of hand.
Cool. Okay.
Or you could do deception, arcana, and sleight of
I
hand.
would like that.
Go ahead and do that.
So for deception, fuck. 4.
Okay.
For Arcana, Jesus Christ, that's 11.
He threw a dice.
And for sleight of hand, that will be 11.
Okay. So, technically,
I failed a lot. Also literally.
you are you fail, but you don't go to jail. So, describe to me what Yaga does over the course of 5 days attempting to get people to buy his shit.
Okay.
In terms of that as your preset.
Yeah. So let's see. That's a tough one. I'll say he'll cast Unseen Servant to manipulate a lot of the little like ball and cup games that he has. And he's like, step right up. Pick one of these cups and one of them will have this little ball. He casts Prestidigitation, the ball vanishes.
Got it.
Just a bunch of bullshit. And then someone of varying importance is also a spellcaster.
All right, I like to think that you are appealing only to kids, and there's this like whiz kid genius who's like who is like a wizard like in training, and he's like, I know what you're doing, and all the other kids are like, what? And they just think you're a kid but with a beard. You're just a really cool kid, and he just like
What do you think I'm doing?
Alex thinks
he's using a bunch of magic. I know. I can cast the same spells. All the kids are like, hey.
My little boy,
Are you gonna get
take this candle. If you can cast those spells, then go ahead and light it.
It's a magic candle. You fucking fraud. And they what?
Misty step.
And you just Missy's like, and they're like,
on a roof. Bye.
and that's just because you failed your deception. You just start leaving, and they're just like, damn that weird child.
Oh look, all the copper he earned is right here. Let's take it. Go buy
Awesome.
some candy.
Vara, what are you doing for the next 5 days?
Magic
Magic
item.
item.
And I also want to make a little.
Would
But
you know
that's
I've told
Okay.
Rosalie about
Where, what kind of magic? So you're gonna go to Captain Zendros.
correct.
dark vision?
I'm looking either for they're both common.
like that he was getting
Either
them.
a horn
that
of
he
silent
left them.
alarm or
Oh,
Boots of
that's
the
right.
Winding Path.
So you we can roleplay that. So you make your way over towards her, and you step inside, and she is this tiefling. She has horns, obviously, that kind of curve around to the front of her head. She the one on her left is like gold plated on one of the tips. She has kind of long black hair, very very crimson red skin and gold eyes, and she wears like a sailor's uniform.
Wait, are you
and-
going to the magic place? I think we're both going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just go
So
as a
we'll just
group.
all go
Okay,
together?
so all 3 of you make your way in. She's kind of sitting behind a desk, and she kind of looks up. And it's very unsettling because, as tieflings are, you can't always tell what she's looking at. You know, with our eyes, you can tell. But she just looks to be looking in a general direction at all times. Makes you a bit uneasy. She kind of stands up, and she says, welcome.
Hello.
I haven't met you before.
No, my name's Vara. You can call me Vara.
Vara.
It's part of our group.
Got it. So... do you
Looking
need something
beautiful as
from me?
always.
I appreciate the flattery, but it won't get you anywhere.
The sparkle in your eyes just makes me blush.
They are golden.
I can see that.
Sorry, Sailor Boy, you're not my type. Anyways, what do you need?
I had heard from some of my people there were these magical items that could help with a few different things. And I'll say there are boots of the winding path and a horn of silent alarm.
Alright. I could try to find those for you, get them at the end of the week. We would need to meet more on some standards on what you would want and different things like that. Getting some shipments in is going to cost me some money too. I would need a 50 gold piece retainer so I can just gather these items for you.
Okay. Do you know how much they would be once?
Not entirely sure. That's what the meetings throughout the week are going to be. All these magic items, they have these very strange names. I got to go through, find them, see how rare they are. Then I can estimate a price based on what, between my shipments and the people who are supplying me. So pricing is difficult.
So you'll find the price, get back to us, and then we'll tell you whether or not we can
We'll
afford it.
meet throughout the week, right? I don't know if it's 50 gold per item.
I'd assume so.
Nope, just for each week. So
Oh.
are you all in wanting to get items?
Yes.
Alright, just a grand total 50 gold pieces as a retainer.
Split that.
We can go just for all three of us?
Have you
for-
found my glasses yet?
Yes, it did. Just to let you know, these glasses are tinted. They should keep you from experiencing the difficulty of the sun, like some of you dark elves have, as long as you wear them.
Yes.
All right. For you, that's only going to be about 100 gold pieces. I could probably get it in by the end of the week.
You can make that 80. I'm a reoccurring customer.
This is the first thing you bought for me.
I will be a reoccurring customer.
Well, maybe if you prove it. I'm going to make a persuasion check.
I'm already bringing my friends.
Hi,
Roll
we're
persuasion.
his friends. Shh.
Is that me?
Yeah. We all have oh no, we don't all have iPhones.
21.
Persuasive boy.
All right, fine. You did bring in some more customers for me, so I do appreciate
10
that.
per customer I bring in. 10 gold off per customer I bring in.
That is not a deal we're making, but 80 gold pieces.
Hmm.
Now,
I give her the
Alright.
money.
she takes it.
Does it get more gold?
Because I only have 60.
Did you guys not split it up yet?
You should have gotten 75 from before, and then also I think we split 125 among us last time because we got.
I'm gonna say I'm sitting at 200 something.
Yeah, I'm at 200 as well.
I'll
Yeah,
see
like
The
what-
town gave you guys a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Time gave a bunch of money too.
What does everybody have right now?
200.
I have a lot
I
because
don't
I did
wanna-
stuff
Shit, yeah.
out of game.
Okay.
I don't
Oh.
want to pull off my items list, so I can't see. A little over 200.
Okay.
433.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have more money.
You should
Oh,
have
but
more
you
than
guys, okay.
No, so far we've already gained like close to 400.
Yeah.
So
It's just some people have spent money. And some
Yeah.
haven't.
Or wasn't good for us.
They didn't get money that game.
Yeah, we did.
They all got 75 gold.
Oh,
We
that's
turned
right.
in the Albert belt.
Yep, to do a thing that was one to be here.
Well,
Okay.
sorry,
I know.
Colton.
Hey, Canada was better, so.
All right, you. She sits you guys down. She gets some notes down. She says, horn of what?
Horn of Silent Alarm. And Boots of the Winding Path.
All right, I'll see what I can do about both of those. You?
Can you look for a cap of water breathing and a candle of the deep?
What is it?
It's a wondrous item. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it was made for this.
Was it really?
Yep. I don't know. I've never seen it before, and then I was just looking at wondrous items.
75 and 1.
I think we all got 120. I'm not entirely sure.
yeah, it was 125.
125. Yep. So you probably just forgot to add. I think you got up and left.
It's because we always split it up right at the end.
Yeah.
So
That's how I have the other stuff. That's how I'm
Yeah. We got money there, and then we got
It isn't from
money.
this game,
and
but
then
I'll find out. All right. Cap of water breathing, candle of the deep, and. You know.
Capital Water Breathing is in the game too.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
need
the other
anything.
item that I was talking about. The
I don't need
dismount.
anything.
All right. I'll speak with you guys about prices throughout the week and get back to you.
This is the first day of our.
This is day 1.
Alright.
And then we're gonna fast forward to day 2.
And it's been like a gold to like get the basics of a garden.
We're gonna split the.
Oh yeah, totally.
We're gonna split the 50. Because
Okay.
she needs a retainer, right?
Yeah. So you both got to drop 25 for that.
Perfect.
Just give me 1 moment.
Okay. Remove.
By any chance, do you actually write down the names of those items?
Yes.
Cool. I can pull off my. I can go over here so I can erase gold. But I didn't want to pull them off with my.
I just wrote them on my hand.
Perfect. After 26 gold for a retainer and some gardening supplies, I'm exactly 200.
Oh. Yep. I mean, they're. I think both of mine were uncommon.
Both of mine are common.
I think the candle is common and then the cap is uncommon.
What was the second item? I'm curious.
Candle of the Deep.
Ooh, if that's a common one?
I think so.
Okay. It's probably from Xanathars then, when they added all those common magic items.
Maybe.
Oh, that's really cool.
And we're probably gonna go look for a shipwreck. So we're gonna have to go under the water where it's dark, where I cannot see. It's 8th level.
Swim speed 8th
Oh, wait, no, that's flying. I think it's 5th level for swim and then 8th.
4th level for swim. So I
Oh,
can do swimming
cool.
speed and everything else too.
Awesome.
Great, I can be a snake now, guys. Because every snake in the fucking book
Yeah.
has a swim speed.
God bless you, Tim.
I'm probably gonna do all of them, just so you know,
Thank you.
because they're all very good spells.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to make sure you have campaign sharing on, because I'm not gonna make it public.
Okay, I'll turn it on. It's just for Vincent.
Walrock Homebrew made a bunch of new spells for his patrons. Patrons. And they're all very cool. They're Shadowfell themed.
Yeah.
So there's one called Pocket that I'm adding right now, where it's basically an extra dimensional space that you can only ever fit one item in.
Yeah.
But you can fit anything in it as long as it's one item. So like I'm gonna put my shield in it.
So you're making it so that we can.
We can
access
use it, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just putting on D&D.
I already
now.
approved him. You guys can use me.
Does he have like a homebrew class called Witch?
Yes, he does.
That's cool.
That's what Amanita is in my campaign.
Oh.
So, Captain
Super
Zendros gets back to you. She brings you back and she says, all right, probably by the end of the week, I can get you a Horn of Silent Alarm for about 75 gold pieces. However, I can't find anything known as Boots of the Winding Path. Nobody's ever heard of that before. Sorry. Out of game, that is a Unearthed Arcana Artificer magic item that you make.
Oh.
Why is that?
I don't know. Probably because you have Unearthed Arcana activated on your character sheet.
Yeah, that's right. Because
That sounds. It's so cool.
It's
though.
cool, but you gotta be an artificer and you can make it. So if for the game,
Can you
she has
find
no idea what it is.
Can you find an artificer to make it for you? Or
No, because those are like
It's like their like changes or whatever.
Mhm.
they would basically have it'd be like them using one of their class abilities and then saying, okay, I'm just gonna let this go free in the world, and now they can never use that again, which
Oh.
seems unlikely for an
Yeah.
artificer.
Yeah. She says, I'll take the 75 gold down. I can have it brought to you in a few days. Okay. She will get back to you as well. And she says, the Cap of Water Breathing and the Candle of the Deep, as a total, are going to run you 375 gold.
Oof.
That
Mm,
bites.
that does bite.
Cap of Water Breathing
Are
was
we,
pretty rare.
Yeah.
together while this conversation's happening?
I will give her.
I love that I'm the only one that didn't accomplish anything.
Typical Yaga.
Yeah.
I'll give her-
This whole game,
Typical Logan.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Typical Logan!
That's probably what the weird magic items are they're showing up for me. I don't know
375?
what these are. It's
Huh?
probably
375.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to her.
Alright. I'll have those for you at the end of the week. And you guys spend the rest of the week,
No,
you know,
Spend the rest of the week
Gotta go on your date.
unsuccessfully conning
I'm just
children.
doing
Oh,
that.
that's right. I have a date to go on.
I'm just doing their thing.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to be a part of it.
No.
Okay. And you guys you decorate the garden, you probably clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the week, you find Captain Zendros, and she does give it to you. She gives you the Horn
I'll
of
scrub,
Silent
like,
Alarm.
the entirety of the kitchen.
Amazing.
Okay.
And the cap of water breathing, along with the candle of the deep.
Neat.
All right. What are you doing?
I want to go to Winston's.
Okay. You make your way over towards the northern part of western part of Saltmarsh, eastern part of Saltmarsh.
Can you pull
goddammit.
it up for us? Sorry.
No.
I do have one more thing I would like to do, if I can still do stuff during the week.
What is it?
I want to go help Crag.
That is its own downtime activity, but you can do it.
Why is one bonus action not a valid number? It's literally an example you gave.
The music is just a little loud.
Because you're really close to it.
Yeah, Colton, how dare you be close to the music?
All right. And you make your way over to Winston's store. You make your way inside. It's a very big store with lots of shelves of different items and whatnot. And you see this halfling in the back, and he's got it's kind of like curly, ruffled hair and merchant's clothing. And he says, "Oh, hello.
Hello, Winston.
Hey.
You're having a good hair day.
Yeah. I always am. What do you need?"
Love the confidence. I'm looking for a shield, specifically a kite shield, and possibly a magical one.
Yeah, I go to a lot of shields.
Magical?
Magical shields?
Magical kite shield.
Well, I do have a few of those runic things I can put onto one of the shields if you want. I've got those elemental weapons.
Is that what that fire thing is?
Yeah, I made those.
Alright.
I could maybe apply one to one of those shields if you wanted.
And it would block. some
Yeah, it would
damage.
defend against that type of damage.
All the same color.
Could you do it for acid?
Sure, it just depends on the varying potency that you wanted. I have the minor runes that, well, they bulk a little, but if you do it with acid, you're more likely to have the thing never rust or deteriorate. But I could put a more superior rune on it, and it could really, really block you from the damage.
I could probably only afford the minor, but let's just see if maybe the superior
Sure.
is possible.
Well,
Oh, I didn't.
What? Yes, it is. Oh, I see what it is. I see. Sweet.
Ooh, pocket.
the superior runes would run you maybe about 400 gold. A bit more expensive.
So the minor ones.
Minor ones, nothing more than 50 gold pieces.
That's what we're gonna have to stick with for
Alright.
now.
So it's an acid one then?
Yes.
Sure, no problem. He kind of goes over, he opens a locked door in the back, and he eventually comes out, and he's got this big old kite shield, and he kind of clang, puts it down on top of the thing with his tiny little hands on the counter, and on the front of it is this tiny little rune that is like, it's like this like green color, and it kind of glows. Like it doesn't glow in and out like a RGB mechanical keyboard. It's it more like kind of shifts and moves, almost as if it's underwater, sort of.
Mhm.
And he says, "There you go." Saying, "Well, I mean, it can maybe be dissolved in acid, but it'd be really, really, really hot."
It's not that heavy, right? Like
You pick it up.
I just want it to be wooden with like metal trim and like maybe a metal buckle on the outside.
Yeah, it's not that heavy at all.
It's
Actually,
only 6 pounds, so.
Yeah, it's you kind of pick it up. It's not too heavy, and especially when you put it on your arm. It's like, oh yeah, this is really easy to
Yeah.
use.
I'm gonna wear it, by the way,
Mhm.
with the center strap, so like it actually is like aligned with my forearm.
Oh,
So
perfect,
when it
awesome.
turns, it's like a teardrop.
That's cool.
Alright.
That's perfect. Yeah, and you do that, and it very nice shield.
Right? And then I'll strap it to my back.
Cool. That's 50 gold pieces.
Great business.
Yeah, no problem.
As always, I will be sure to spread the word of your shop. I have a lot of soldiers that'll probably be coming by.
All right, thank you very much. I always need the business.
Taking off the 50 gold.
All right. Just to let you know, for the sake of the shield, it will block 1 acid damage.
Oh, okay.
You ever take acid damage, your shield will block 1 of it.
And it's rust resistant, right?
And also, it will never rust. Also, yeah. Anyways, make your way out. And you're going on your date with Hannah?
Yeah, but we
No.
don't. I don't want like. I
Not
don't want,
Hannah. What's her name?
Kierna.
That's right.
prefer if we just kept this simple and sort of like montaged it, where you just describe what happens?
Yeah, we're not gonna roleplay.
Cool.
Aw, darn.
No, Tim. Let's
the
light
fa-
some candles.
Yeah.
And we
I
get-
want to
see this.
I want to see.
Not even
the
us,
whole
the
thing.
I already had to try to seduce Zephyr on Sunder. That was fun enough. So you know what? You go out with Kierna and you take her to.
There's no restaurants, right? There's just taverns.
You gotta
Yeah.
cook her. You have to cook her dinner.
Plasma's too.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
There
No,
you go.
I'll cook. It's,
Just tell me what you cook.
hold on. might need
Spaghetti.
I might need performance enhancing for this.
Lasagna.
What kind of skill check is cooking? Is it just a? Is it just?
I would say it's either intelligence or performance.
Okay.
Or like the usage of cooking utensils.
Cooking tools.
You can have
Then
Gina
that's
cook
cooking
it.
utensils as a tool.
Have Gina cook it, and then you can lie and tell her that it was you.
No. Okay, I'm gonna cast Fox Cunning.
That's like a bad sitcom episode.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna go, I'm just gonna go into the kitchen. She goes in and Gina's baking all the food and she's like, what? And the audience is like, alright, sorry, what?
I'm casting Fox's Cunning so that my intelligence, if I do anything with intelligence, I get advantage. on it.
Amazing.
Mhm.
You just play music while you're cooking,
Yeah.
which is great. And go ahead and make that check.
Just straight intelligence.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have cooking tools?
Nope.
Alright,
Well,
just straight
I mean, like I
intelligence.
probably have them in my house, like pots and pans.
Are you
and stuff.
proficient in them?
No.
Then
Definitely
just
not.
roll.
Unless
You use the knife to cook
unless bards get
stuff.
half proficiency in that too.
The
which I
spoon to
doubt.
stir
Okay,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
I think
the
entertainers
fork
might
to
get it,
stab
but
stuff. Don't ask me about the spork.
I got a 14.
okay. You cook some pretty good food. You make some meats and some stews and some salads and some other stuff. And you
I'm gonna go with I made pad thai.
there you go. All right, sounds good. Ancient, distant culinary arts that Hemo learned on the ships of being a marine.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
seafood.
there
There's
you
like
go.
maybe some clams and.
She comes
Okay,
over.
well-
You guys have a very nice dinner. You guys also talk with one another, and you discover that you have a lot of similarities. You both are like really passionate about hunting. She tells you about her business and how it's gone, and how she and a bit of her life story as well, with her family kind of leaving her behind, and she wanted to kind of make her own business, and because they were kind of failing, and she wanted to do it, and she started using her passion for hunting to work a leather store, and it's worked out really well. She loves Saltmarsh, and you're like, hey, I love Saltmarsh too, and you guys just have a really good night.
She always lived in Saltmarsh?
She moved here when she was really young, maybe about 15, and then she did a lot of jobs until she started getting into like hunting and whatnot. She doesn't really hunt anymore because it's really dangerous, and she
I'm
doesn't.
pretty busy.
Yeah, and also she prefers the leather working over the hunting. So, yeah, and overall, pretty good night.
It's a good first date.
Yeah, good first date. Yep, I don't know where to end that.
That's where it ends. She goes home.
Great, awesome,
Yeah, she goes home. I don't make a move that night.
Because you have
good
a whole
idea,
house.
good idea.
I'm not just gonna like take her to the bedroom on the first date.
Oh, don't fuck up the first date.
Yeah.
Fuck you! You had a character
What are
trying to
you,
do
a
that to one of mine, asshole.
He's doing proper bard seductions, okay? He's not just trying to fuck everything in
Bard
sight.
seduction? That's what bard seduction is.
That would
Good thing
be
he's doing
fun.
it properly. He's not just trying to stick his dick in the Lizardfolk. Alright, anyways.
Well,
Then he's not a bard.
I mean, he did come in through the back door.
it's different with Lizardfolk.
Got him.
You gotta treat this lady right.
Eventually, your week comes to a close with that of a date, getting some magic items, speaking to some weird individual,
Doing
and running
jack
away from
shit.
kids.
I didn't get to go do the thing with Craig.
And you wanted to go to Crag,
Yeah, I wanted to help him with the
the library?
library.
Okay.
With
Is there
his-
anything you want to get out of that? Anything specific, or you just wanted to do it?
Can't I make a roll to get information?
You can make a roll to oh yeah, yes, you can. It's the research downtime.
Yeah. I wanna
So you want to research.
yes.
Yep, you can spend a week working with Crag, helping tend the graveyard during the day and organizing Eleander's library in the evenings. Ooh.
Ooh.
You earn enough money to afford a modest lifestyle. You also learn one piece of lore regarding the region around Saltmarsh. Lore is the equivalent to one true statement about a person, place, or thing found within 25 miles of the town. The DM is the final arbiter on what you can learn.
Can I try to learn more about the ship escape?
Escape,
Yes.
which is okay.
Just when you're dealing with the library, make sure to avoid the book and Infernal.
Oh yeah. Do I speak
The busty
Infernal?
succubus.
Busty Succubus.
I
Which is
know.
a
I know.
pop-out book?
I know Infernal.
Oh, I should also say,
Look at this pop-out book.
I
Dude,
have
it's
my erotic
D&D
too.
porn.
just for flavoring purposes,
Mhm.
when I'm doing the garden stuff, I'm using the book of herbs that I got like way back in the first game.
Okay.
Ouch.
So you do this throughout the week, and you help out, and you and Crag kind of become pretty good friends. And you do some research with him, and he kind of gets interested as well. He's like, "Oh, sunken ships, that's really interesting."
Mhm.
You guys talk about it a little bit more, and yeah, you find out
I find out.
that some researcher actually found out where it went, the direction, and where it possibly sank. Although it's quite dangerous, you found out that it was run down and destroyed by the sea princes,
Yeah, I knew that.
and its wreckage is scattered at a depth of 30 feet. A waterproof treasure chest inside the broken hole, apparently has the symbol of Keeland inside of it, and it's supposed to have something in that chest. Nobody really knows what it is. However, it is nearly impossible to get to, and nobody's ever gotten to it yet because a bunch of quippers swarm the area in search of anybody who would come nearby, and they feed off the local wildlife, which are piranhas.
Yeah.
So you got to get through those piranhas in order to get to it, and you find a location and kind of a nautical chart on where it's at, and you're like, oh,
So I have like an actual distance. To
an
go.
actual distance
Okay.
where it is. It would be about 3 days off the shore of Saltmarsh.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
And I'll go.
And your week comes to a close. You guys all come home at one point, kind of long rest, and it's the beginning of Saturday morning. And what are you guys doing? You guys are all back together.
So what's our plan there?
Well, I think we were gonna go look for ships, right?
I found where one of them is.
What kind of ship?
It's called Escape. It's the one that the pirates,
More into
Sank.
the ship.
Well, if it's sunken, then I
the
didn't
princes
escape.
or whatever.
No, doesn't like it.
Well, I can.
So we're hunting
Or
for
escape it under the water.
sunken ships.
The sea prince is sunken. Apparently, there's treasure down there, but it is surrounded by quippers, so we'd have to kill them.
Well, I can't go down there.
Yeah, you can. Do you not know how to swim? You don't know how to swim.
I can swim. I can't do much. I can't be down there for very long.
Yeah.
Can you heat the water?
Huh?
Can you heat the water?
Do you not know how to swim? I
I
can
mean,
teach you.
I can't like boil it,
Oh, okay.
but it might bubble off of me.
I hear boiled quipper is pretty good. So,
I can
Can-
cook some afterwards.
well, yeah.
Boil the ocean.
Do you have any preference?
For
Which
quipper?
which ship we go after?
Well,
Well-
I can help you actually search.
I also want to say I had a person I want to talk to at some point, but I can do whatever you guys want.
I'm just
Mhm.
bored.
It's 3 days away, so
We're gonna have to teach him how to swim.
It's also, well, it has been a while since we've done anything concerning our crew, though. Right? How are they doing?
well, they're paid.
They're paid.
They're paid for the month, so
It's true.
Is it morale?
Figure.
And if anything, they'll at least get to go out to
Yeah.
sea for a bit.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I mean. Like going and looking
Yeah.
for like a
6 days on
going
the
and looking
ocean.
for like a ship like that. I mean, that's something get them
There's
get them
also
excited about potential treasure.
Yes,
Right?
doing their actual job.
Yeah. Instead of just paying them to sit here,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm fine with.
I do worry about Charles though.
Which one is Charles?
He's the 70-year-old man.
he's a veteran. He's good.
What? Oh
He's-
yeah.
he'll be
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, that's
hmm If he goes out, this is how he wants to go out.
Happened last game, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We can go find the sinker. It's a few miles southeast, but I know where the escape
Well,
is.
if you know exactly what one is, we should probably go there first, right?
hmm
Let's do something.
We should do the one that we know exactly where it is.
And we can teach him how to
Gave
swim
you
on the way
this.
because I
You
can
said
turn
to
into
me.
fish now. So
Okay,
if he
so-
starts to sink, I can just pick him up.
We'll tie him to the back. We'll tie him with rope to the back of the ship.
I'll stay behind
And then make sure
he
that-
doesn't. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
What?
Gabe drew Carl,
Carl?
and he's just saying, "Lick my ball."
Yeah, he's the dude who wanted to name the ship like Ligma or something.
Yeah. It was tits ooh ligma. You were like,
No, it's
No,
tits ooh ooh Ligma.
no, because it's loot. It was ligma ooh tits.
Yeah, Ligma ooh ooh tits.
And then you were like, I don't even know what that means. And he was like, lick my ball.
No, that's the
It
ship's
made
name.
no sense at all. All right, okay, sorry. What?
We're going to head to the escape, I believe.
The escape. All right. You find the fire exit. I'm just kidding. You get onto the Sea Ghost, and you guys sail off.
We've done it.
Gotta get that sailing music.
We need the Sam Riegel.
That is copyrighted. Don't sing it. YouTube will shoot us in the head.
Because they hate our channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
We're a
do.
menace to their entire site.
This is the music guy.
Now would be my time to. That's right. That's right. Carl is the ship medic that we hired.
Oh no, that okay. You're not talking
Germany.
about Carl. Then you're talking about a different guy.
Yeah.
Because Carl is the ship medic. So that old guy is somebody else's name.
Yeah, I
She
didn't
said
say
Char-
Carl.
she
I
said
said Charles.
Charles.
Charles
His
is
name's
the
Charles. That's right.
he's
Anyway,
the 70-year-old guy.
you guys set
That
off.
was my job. I didn't write down what I was.
I don't think you had a
Captain,
job.
first mate, navigator,
Navigator,
cook,
that's right.
and
Bosun.
bosun, and
We hired a
Mascot.
Oh,
what's
she.
your freaking
No,
what-
he's the ship wizard.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
deck
yeah.
wizard.
He is the deck wizard, but you also have a captain title. What is
doesn't.
it?
Mascot.
He doesn't have
No,
one.
it's literally ship wizard. We never gave him
Yeah,
one.
we-
didn't
Are
have
you
it.
serious?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I
We-
couldn't be more useless.
We hired a medic and a chef. And
That-
those are
okay.
the only.
Yeah,
No, I thought
He
we
said
got
he couldn't
him
do
as-
any of it.
we have him be the chef.
He is
No,
the chef.
Oceanus is the chef.
That's right. Fuck.
That's when we used the.
I'm the
just
first
chill
mate.
out with a pseudo dragon.
It's literally just like captain, first mate, navigator, bosun. What?
Deck
Ship
wizard.
Deck wizard. Poop deck
Yeah,
wizard.
I'm more like a
Poop
poop
deck.
deck wizard.
Hey, oh, you know what? It makes so much sense I'm the navigator too because I can tell what the weather is gonna be.
Yeah, druids
Yeah.
make really good navigators. It's wisdom. You guys set off into the distance. You start riding up the waves as Saltmarsh disappears behind you into the distance. And of course, your crew, who is currently their loyalty is at, I believe. Did you guys say you wanted to know what it was? Or
No,
did
we
you
said
opt
we
to
didn't
not know?
wanna know.
All right.
We
I
did
really
say
wanted-
that we would like signs on how it is going though.
Yeah.
Like if they
So,
seem
like-
happy, you can describe
like
it. If they
visual-
seem very upset, you can-
Visual cues.
Yes.
We want
Okay.
to tax you.
That's fine. Just give me a moment as I pull up appendices.
Appendicitis?
I was gonna say
Appendicitis?
exactly that.
So was I.
Hey,
I was in the
word.
middle of taking a drink of something, so I couldn't say it.
I was
Isn't that how Houdini died?
No, I think
I'm pretty sure he had
I didn't
appendicitis.
even do anything, and D&D Beyond was like, oh no. I literally wasn't doing anything, and D&D
you
Beyond
gotta
was
yank
like,
it. Because it clips in with the hilt.
Okay. So,
That's dangerous. You could kill time.
oh, I lost the internet, that's what happened. Did you guys lose the internet?
I found it.
It's right there, dude.
That almost hit me, dude. You did that.
Taylor's like, yeah, I
It's
know.
like a-
Paper.
And I wasn't gonna hit you. Or if I was gonna hit you, it was gonna be like a.
Like a boot.
Got him.
as you guys begin to
just
sail
I think
off,
it's towards me.
you make your way a few days out. You guys spend about 3 days out at sea, just kind of riding the waves, in the sea air to hit you. It's beautiful weather. There's no storms nearby. Actually, there is a storm, but it's like really, really, really far south, and you guys can see it like really far away.
Young
Yeah.
was trying very hard to bond with, what the fuck is his name? Bims.
Bims.
Dr.
Alright.
Bims.
Okay, you start to hang out with him, and you have a good time. And eventually, after about 3 days, you make your way to an area of the ocean. It's kind of like this like deep blue and light green color that kind of makes its way over. It's very small. There's about an island a good distance away, which creates this kind of very shallow area of water. You guys are about 30 feet in 30-foot deep water. And as you get to, you can see the wreckage of a ship below as you kind of make your way.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's super shallow.
It is shallow. You can still float on it.
It's just a dead ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can see actually the mast kind of sitting outside of the water as well. And as you get closer and you get into the water, you don't get into the water,
Yeah.
but you start to make your way over. You see the wreck below, and you kind of look down. It's pretty deep. You can see through it. The sun is shining, and you look down as you guys kind of look in, and you can see movements
On the way
of like just swarms of fish.
On the
just
way
kinda
there,
swimming
we
around.
did also want to teach Yaga how to swim.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Just hold me over the edge of the
We're
boat.
going
You're like
to
a
tie
dog?
a rope to him and then drag him behind the boat.
That's
All
good.
right, make a
I
new
got
character.
Good.
You don't have a kiddie pool on the ship, and if you just throw him overboard, he is going to be lost at sea.
No. Like, between days, no,
No, we don't
You
stop.
don't stop.
You don't stop.
There's no way we could teach him.
You do that at the store.
Yeah, we'll teach him when we come back.
You guys are here though. It is about midday, and you see the wreckage below you, and it's there's lots of wood and pieces that you could investigate, but there's just those swarms of fish swimming
What are
around.
we gonna do about the fish?
I could try to get them to leave.
Might be able to kill him.
How will you get them to leave?
Well, I can talk to them.
And just go away, we're gonna swim here?
Maybe I could convince them that there's food elsewhere. Or I need to know why they're here first.
Maybe guarding the
Probably
ship.
hungry.
The last time I went into a wreckage, there were some corpses, so they might try to
Lots
eat
of
at
bodies
them.
and lots
There were also ghosts.
Well, how long has the ship been?
they have coral that grows down there. Fish come to the coral. Quippers go to the fish. It's a feed and frenzy. Pretty much every day.
Do we have any rotten food?
I don't think so.
We could throw bims in.
We
We can also
are gonna ask Oceanus. I'm sure he keeps
Yeah,
track
not
of
much for food though.
the food.
search.
Isn't Gina our cook?
No,
No, I'm
she's a
okay.
bosun.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm supposed to-
Oceanus comes out with the chef's
Oceanus
hat
is our chef.
Okay.
Oceanus, do we have any rotten food?
on. Any rotten food?
Like meat?
A little bit.
A little?
Leftover
Like
bones.
meat. I have one meat that I think is going bad.
I could rot some food.
I was thinking about cooking it, but you want to toss it into the ocean.
Well, we're trying to lure away these fish. Might not. It won't keep them satisfied.
Can you speak to them and at least we can bribe
Ah,
them?
clippers.
Yeah.
Do you know how to deal
Very
with them?
dangerous. Deal with them.
You're from the ocean, right?
They're just best avoided. They scatter if there's only a few of them. They like to group up. They smell blood
Hmm.
very, very, very well.
Well, they chase
So
him.
it's 30 feet, right?
And they can be very deadly, especially in a big group like
Did they
this.
attack this ship right here?
No, they don't want to attack ships.
Alright, I go over to the edge of the ship and look at the swarm of quippers.
Yeah, they're just kind of swimming and moving
Shatter.
around. You're gonna cast Shatter. Okay. You start, and there's just kind of this underwater sonar that is in the top of the ocean, which is like it's like waves. You see it like begin to ripple on the top of it
Okay.
as well.
Make
Con
a
save.
Con save, yeah, for any number of quippers.
What's the radius on it?
I think it's 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
60
get
feet
a 7.
But that's a failure. So let's see what I have here.
The deck wizard.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god. You
14
rolled good,
plus
ladies and
7,
gentlemen.
21 thunder damage.
And it's like a bomb going up
Yeah.
underwater, and it goes.
Pretty much. I think I got most of them.
12 quippers just float to the top, and Ocean's like,
You got like a spear or a net. We can probably
"Wow, we could eat those."
just get those.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's net them in.
throw out the net.
They throw out the net and they kind of reel them in. You guys got about 12 quippers. Ocean's like, I'll cook them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ship wizard is helpful.
and he kind of puts them into a
Put more
bag,
of them down.
and you get a good look at him, and he kind of holds one up. They're very pretty looking fish, actually. They're kind of bluish gray on the top, and they kind of fade down to an orange red. But then they have orange eyes. And as he goes over, he kind of opens up the mouth, and it's just this little jaw that opens with like a bunch of razor sharp teeth underneath it. Yeah.
The deadliest things are always the most lovely.
How many more does it look like are down there?
There's still a few
Alright,
swimming
Shatter.
around. Another shatter? All right.
Is he making enough of dent that we think that he could take out all of them?
If he keeps casting the spell, maybe.
Yeah, but like
How many more
how
are
many-
down there? Like,
It's hard to count. A good portion, a good amount,
Okay.
a lot.
a big ole.
That's what I'm saying. When we
I have an idea.
when we see those 12 come
What
up,
is your
does it look
idea?
as if like we're like, oh, okay, now there's about half
Now
as
there's
many.
less. Yes, it did make a dent.
Okay.
He is being successful.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
They should take half damage then.
Okay.
bro, you.
And then if it's no blood, and I just swim over.
Alright.
What happens when you're not a dolphin anymore?
6 damage.
You guys been having
6
an hour?
damage. Okay, you get about 3 of them. They kind of float up, but there's still a good swarm down there, still floating and
Can I
swimming.
cast Mage Hand, just start scooping them out?
You pull them out. Wizard fishing.
Guys,
Well, that's about all I got.
Farah
I feel like you think my idea is not smart.
would like to turn into a dolphin,
Alright.
have one of us damage her,
Very, very simple.
and then she will bleed in the water and let the fish chase her. And then when she is hurt enough where she may die, or she's going to turn back into a person, she'd like to hop back on the ship.
Alright, I've got a not stupid idea for that.
First off, do you think you can jump that high?
As a dolphin?
I've never been a dolphin before.
Would you like to try it out before we start cutting you?
As soon as I get in the water, they'll probably know.
Right, we have like a small ship, right?
Yeah, a little boat.
Little
Mhm.
boat.
Mm-hmm.
We got rotten meat. If it's not rotten, I can make it rotten.
You could just jump in the small boat.
What I'm saying is we could just put the net there
Can they jump?
and just drag the boat.
Yeah.
We drag like a net of rotten fish
Like-
and bleeding.
Yeah.
We got new quippers. We could throw a couple in there. Just bring the little boat out, and when they get tired or too far away, just bring the boat back. Or
Can
just
you
find
talk to the fish and tell them to not eat us?
I can try.
Can you talk to all of them or just one?
Pretty sure I can only talk to one at a time.
Yeah.
Like, I can speak to all of them, but I would have to convince every single one of them.
I'm gonna look down.
Alright.
My perception's
Oh my
bad.
god, it's the part in Finding Nemo where all the fish like they make an arrow and then they
Yeah.
like, turn into little things.
Oh, it's fine.
I remember
My
that part
plan-
where like
my-
a short guy did a
my-
sonic detonation and killed a bunch of fish in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Love that part.
My plan for pulling the Quippers away is straight out of Justice League.
What?
Nobody
Okay, you're just gonna be
watched that movie.
Aquaman. Got it.
One
No, it's
person
literally what
watched that.
Batman does in the movie. Is he plays a siren that draws all the enemies to him, and he drives away, so that everyone else can fight the bad guy by them, like
Sounds
by
like a really
himself.
good movie.
Yes. So what are you doing?
All right, so we're going with my idea, the fish in the boat idea.
I'm gonna look down with a. I'm gonna try to make an active perception if that's alright. See how many
Just-
fish are left.
See how many left? Okay.
11.
Yaga spends a good part of about a minute. Lost that one. It's okay. They keep moving and moving into one. There's less than 10. There can't be any more than 10, but no more than 20.
Okay. So between 10 and 20.
Between 10 and 20.
Okay. Oh, okay, I get what you mean.
Because some of them swim back in and you're like, I lost
Yeah.
that one, but the amount that I'm getting to is the same each time, so it's between 10 and 20.
Alright, we could probably do something with their small numbers. Jacob.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to understand me.
Mm-hmm.
And when we leveled up, I
Mhm.
learned a new cantrip
Oh, yeah? What?
called Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
I'm gonna start insulting 10 to 20 fish.
I
individually.
It only affects one creature at a time.
Yeah, it's a
Is
cantrip.
Vicious Mockery also,
60 feet.
I think they have to hear you.
They do have to hear me, yeah.
You can shout really loud.
Yeah.
Just put your head in the water.
Thaumaturgy.
They're
No,
just
I
like,
have prestidigitation, I can do that.
gonna eat your eyeballs.
I know the spell doesn't specify, but I'm gonna be really lame and say
And say
you
I
can't
have to be
vicious
underwater.
mockery all
Okay.
the fish to death.
Okay, that's totally fair.
Otherwise, we'll just sit there
He's
for
gonna
like
find an easy way.
You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. Bloop, bloop,
6
bloop,
minutes
bloop.
is better than hours.
Do you have any other cantrips that can do damage?
No, I'm trash. I am garbage.
Does anyone have any cantrips that do damage?
Yeah, I do. It's vicious mockery.
Anybody
Bar.
else?
I mean, I love metal flame, but I don't. Hits water.
Go ahead and try it. I want to see.
I don't think it will work.
No, I want to see.
Bubbles up a bit and turns into
Yeah,
What a
steam.
hero.
That's what I assumed.
Alright, well,
I could.
I got
Nice knife.
nothing else.
Will it hit them? Or will it stop at the
Reaches
water?
It will preserve them.
It's like Ice Age.
There can't be too many of them down there.
Fire a ballista at him.
Well, the
What?
bullets have gone.
There's a swarm
there's
of
the
piranhas.
chest.
Let's use military grade weapons.
Let's shoot a tree at them. Let's launch a tree at a swarm of fish.
One.
Does
Oh
anyone
my
have a
god.
fishing pole?
Are we gonna start fishing for quippers?
Why don't
It's
we
not a
just
bad idea.
Why don't we just
It's
throw the
really
nets down
not.
there?
I thought.
Well,
that too.
yeah, because we could bait him. We could bait him
Yeah.
with either blood or the rotten meat, and then use the nets
Pull
to
'em
pull
in.
him in.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah.
We're gonna start fishing for quippers with a giant net.
You're just gonna fish for
Yeah,
it?
we're gonna just net them. Like you know how they bring
but
up.
we're going to put like some of the rotted meat inside of the net as
Yeah.
to draw them in.
Okay, let's
I'm
do,
actually-
if
I'm actually
everybody's
gonna-
helping, what?
I'm actually gonna grab one of the clippers that we killed, use my short sword to cut it in half, and put it in the thing.
Okay,
Blood.
alright. I want everybody to make a group fishing check.
That would be
Okay.
What?
nature.
We'll say no, we'll say
Not
it's survival.
Yeah.
I have
That makes sense.
prestidigitation. Can I spoil the meat to make it more potent?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Smells terrible.
I tighten my mask.
Can I roll good on anything but damage? I need to.
Oh,
Alright.
Of course. That's my
What'd you
fake
get?
roll. So.
Fishing?
Yep.
What is this? Intelligence, dex?
survival.
It's survival.
Oh, so wisdom. Oh, okay.
Okay. Wisdom?
11.
11.
18.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
6.
Okay. So, this is a group failure.
Oh.
You guys throw the net out, you put some rotten meat in it, and you start to throw them down, and you start to reel the ship around to try to get them in the net. And you're not getting it deep enough, and you get maybe about 3 of them. And you're like, why is this not working? They're not going into the net either. It's really weird. You're trying to catch them, but they just kind of swim around. They avoid it. They're either really smart fish, or you're not attracting them correctly. You guys spend about 2 hours trying to do that, and you're like, okay, this is really hard to gather these fish in the
Would have
net.
been better to just insult them individually.
What did you get on your in nature check?
23.
Okay, at the end of it, you start to think about, you know nature and you know creatures like this, and you think about what Oceana said, and you're like, you were right before. Rotten meat won't really attract them, especially not rotten meat. Blood will attract them. They're like sharks.
Alright, guys. So here's what we drop the net again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I'm going to.
Don't tell me you're gonna be in the net.
I'm not going to get into the net. No. That would be a terrible idea.
The way that you clarify that sounds like you have a worse idea.
Maybe. It might even.
Alright.
Well, no, I can. How tall is the ship? That's really important for this.
Tall, 20 feet.
Cool. Perfect. I am gonna get in that. Just trust me, though. I have an idea.
Who am I to judge?
What is
I'm gonna
this?
turn into a dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will nick me, drop the net. I'll get them. I'll swim around, lead them into the net, turn back into myself. Like I'll swim up to where I'm right above water, turn back into myself, and then just misty step back onto the boat. They'll all be in the net. I'll be out of the net.
That sounds exhausting, but go for it. I got no objection. directions?
How do you know you'll be faster than the fish?
I'm hoping that I'll be at least the same speed as them.
We got a medic, don't we?
Yeah, our medic can't fix dead.
Ooh. Plus, if I turn back into myself, they're not gonna be able to bite through this anyways. And I like tap on like the wood.
Well, I don't go.
Unless they have fire fangs, I'm fine.
Firefish. Firefish a thing? I feel like they're a thing.
They've got a fire dagger.
I mean, that would be cool.
Not for her.
It really wouldn't be.
It would be cool just in general, and not for you. But
We're just
All right. Anybody got non-magical weapons? They can slice up a friend with.
Yes.
Sorry.
We're done.
Okay, so you're
We're
gonna
done.
go. You're gonna take Vara, and you're
We could
doing
also-
what?
Vara wants to become a dolphin
Okay.
and
We
go into
could-
the water.
We could also just use not rotten meat.
Well, we did cut open the fish.
Yeah, we did kill
I'll
fresh
try.
quippers.
Yeah, why don't we just bleed all of the fish out into the
Could
water?
also do that.
Or just sacrifice that one dude who named our boat Ligma Uwu
Or-
Tits.
Yeah.
Make an
Can't-
intelligence check, Vara.
We can't just
Jacob's
murder
about to
our
tell you that
Let's get the old guy.
9.
Never mind.
Let's get the old guy. His time's up anyways.
I
Stupidest
genuinely
plan.
don't know what.
Really?
No, not
Have we
really.
ever not had a
Okay.
stupid plan?
very true.
I wasn't being serious about the ballista
I'm
either.
just going with it.
This is
I
what we're
don't
doing.
know what you're trying to get me to think of. I'll be honest.
All right, so you are gonna turn into a dolphin
Yeah, we'll go through.
on the ship.
I'm gonna run up and start punching and
Don't
kicking.
don't dolphins breathe?
Yeah, you can breathe air. I'm just saying you're just gonna be on the ship. You can't walk.
We're gonna have to yeet
Yeah,
you
I-
out.
they're gonna-
I'm not saying there's a problem with this. I'm just asking you.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So Farah gets down and she just transforms into a very silky, long dolphin, and just is now plopped onto the deck and kind of rolls over a little bit.
Right.
Pull
trying
out
to
a dagger.
stabilize.
I'm gonna stab you, okay?
Never mind.
Dolphin sounds.
Something like that.
I think that means, yeah, I'm gonna
pretty
stab
sure-
you.
Please not.
You do 1 damage. You take 1 damage. It hurts.
That's fine.
Blood runs down the side of the dolphin. Pick up the dolphin,
I said that.
chuck it in the water.
How much does it weigh?
probably
It
get
takes
some
2 of you. You
Okay.
can't just
Figure-
single hand chuck a
Go with the
dolphin.
entire
Yeah,
party.
I have a 9
Pick up
straight.
the dolphin and you huck it in. You guys watch Vara as a dolphin, blood coming off the side, flying into the water full of quippers. Sploosh goes in. Soon as you do,
And I'm gonna.
they
away,
all begin to swarm you. They're coming straight
as far
towards
away
you.
as I can. I'm gonna try to circle
What's your
around.
speed as a dolphin?
60 feet.
Alright,
So
you're
I'm
faster
gonna
than them.
swim.
So you swim around. They are following
I'm
and they're trying.
basically trying to. lead
They
around
move
into
like
the
this.
net.
You don't. You're so much faster because of how you move as a dolphin. But they're trying to follow you. They're quickly coming after you. They're very aggressive.
I'm just
I'm
kind
just-
of swimming around them until the net is dropped. Swimming them around.
The net eventually, I'm assuming, is dropped into the
We haven't
water.
clarified that
okay.
part, we keep the net.
And what now?
So I see where the net. So do I see the net drop? So
Yep.
I can like go up and over.
Yep.
Is the net all the way into the water?
Yes, it has to be.
I'll just jump over the net and hopefully I'll follow.
So you're
into
gonna go
the net.
into the net.
No, I'm going to
Jump out
You
of
know,
the water.
dolphins like.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm gonna
So I
jump
need
over.
you to make an acrobatics check as a dolphin, and then they're gonna make an acrobatics check as a swarm of crippers.
I mean, dolphins don't have a jumping speed.
They do not.
What'd you get?
Acrobatics.
Yep.
I got 15.
They got a 19.
Oh.
So you go
Now
over
fly.
and you fly over it. You guys are like, whoa! You see a dolphin go over, and then you see a bunch of quippers.
Vicious mockery.
I told you it's not really gonna work. They have an intelligence
can
of
hear me.
1.
he,
Exactly.
he does it to just one. He
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
has
that's
it.
what I'm
All right, one of them
You
goes.
can't fucking fly, you shitty
Ow,
fish.
my brain falls into the water and
Mayhem.
lands in the net, and you grab it and you eat it raw, and it's nasty.
Yeah.
They're still chasing. You're gonna try it again. All right, roll
Understood.
acrobatics.
Sounds good. Sam.
Rosalie's just on the ship, like,
Okay, so here's what happens. You lead them. You're like, I gotta get them a little lower, and you fly in and you graze the net and like. I mean, you hit it and you move the net over and you fall into the net and all the quippers follow suit. They're in the net now, and they're about to attack you.
That works.
We should
Okay.
probably pull that up.
Pull the net up.
You guys pull the net up. How many hit points do you have as a dolphin?
As soon as I'm no longer a dolphin, I will Misty Step out of the net.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys literally watch as in the water, the dolphin goes in, all of them catch up, and it's just bubbles, and like there's water going everywhere, there's blood everywhere. It's very vicious. You guys pull the net up, and you pull it out, and you're looking like, where's Vara? Where is she?
Hey guys.
She's just over there. Like one quipper on you,
Just go
on your shoulder.
Go in a circle around the clippers. Suck your mum. Suck your mum. Suck your mum. They're just dying.
I told you it'd work.
How is it being a dolphin?
Painful.
But even after the like before the stabbing?
It felt okay then.
All right. I put on my
It was nice
my
to swim
cap
around.
of water breathing.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again. Well, maybe not dolphin. I'll have to check and see if I can turn into a shark or something. When I go back in.
My only question is,
Why was that my plan?
why didn't you just turn into a quipper?
Wouldn't it work the same way?
Yeah, they
You
wouldn't
could have
follow.
chased him into the net, turned into a quipper, and been fine. They wouldn't attack their own people.
I can't change.
No,
Would
yeah,
they?
probably.
I feel like
I
they
think
would.
they would.
I can't.
They don't understand magic. They go, there's a dolphin there. Oh, it's gone.
Well, no, would they not?
Yeah.
It
If
would've-
there's a bleeding
one,
quipper, they're gonna eat
It would have cost me my second wild shape.
Mhm.
2,
You would have died immediately.
I probably would have died being stabbed for 1 hit.
Oh, yeah.
1 hit point. I don't know their health.
No, that's it. That's not how that works. You can just transform into another creature, and then you gain new hit points. You gain its hit points.
I can't. I have to. What? Does it not use my?
Also, if a quipper gets damaged, all the quippers don't suddenly betray that one quipper and go, "Gotta eat 'em, boys."
I think they would.
Yeah. They're freaking.
Anyways,
Piranha.
that's what I was
Then
trying to get you
would've had-
intelligence to roll
then I
for.
would have had to try to have
They're
convinced them
piranhas, not
that it was okay to
cows.
go in there. As a dolphin, they're just gonna chase me because they want to eat.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm saying your escape could have not been a misty step. It could have been a quipper. But anyways, doesn't matter.
I think most animals are cannibals. Like if it like chickens eat chickens.
I would also rather save my second wild shape so that I can go down with them right now
Okay.
rather than.
So, you guys clear out all the quippers. You have food for days now. You'd be feasting on quippers for a long time, but there are no quippers down there anymore, other than maybe a few they have scattered off.
Alright, are we going down then?
She's the only one that has.
You can come down, right? And I can come down.
Yes, I can turn into a shark.
There, aren't there? Isn't there druid magic that can let you breathe underwater? I don't know.
You could also take Oceanus.
Yeah, Oceanus, would you like to come down there?
I can know.
Okay. Do you know how to swim?
I
Can't
know
cast
how
it.
to swim, yes.
You can hold your breath for quite a while.
50 coins is 1 pound, right?
Yes. Hey,
Just for purposes of.
it's called water
One,
breathing.
I can't cast it. Number 2, water breathing is a third level spell.
Okay.
Dad's ghost hasn't taught me that yet, so.
Dad's ghost. Alright, so you guys jump into the water, start swimming down towards the ship.
I'll jump in, and as I jump, I will turn into a reef shark, which has a challenge rating of half, which is my limit. So
Awesome.
I'll
Reef
float
shark.
down, but since I
Get
since I
some
can't breathe, I'm gonna stay outside of the ship. Just keep an eye out. That's okay.
You start
You don't know how to
floating
swim?
top.
Do you want to come down?
Uh,
You can hold
They're
your
like
breath.
small
I guess I
sharks.
could. Yeah.
Bigger sharks have like higher challenge rating.
You guys make your way down, and you go towards the ship. Oceanus kind of follows after you. It's kind of the ocean around you.
I'm gonna light my candle as well.
Mhm. You guys watch as Rosalie lights a candle underwater, which is pretty neat. You guys go down and start to swim below the surface, getting deeper and deeper, until eventually you get down. The water's very cold, warmer than normal, but still very cold. And you look around and you see this destroyed ship.
I should tell you.
There's seaweed floating. I am describing something. Give me a second. There's seaweed kind of floating everywhere, and there is coral and barnacles just kind of growing everywhere around the ship. It's been down here for a long time. And as you kind of look around, kind of in the back hole and in the front of it, you don't see anything other than maybe a few skeletons. And in the very back of one of the holes, you see this giant, shining golden yellow chest, maybe about that wide and that tall. They're kind of like the chest we have right now. What?
I have blind sight up to 30 feet.
Okay.
That's important.
Yeah. Sharks can't see very well. What are you doing?
I am
I'm just
going
following
to go to the.
Oh, and Rosalie, you put on the cap, right?
Yeah.
You actually have a bubble of air around you.
Yep.
You don't actually breathe underwater. You can breathe. You're just in a little bubble. So, yep.
I'm gonna go over and start trying to collect the skeletons.
Okay, you go over and.
There's two.
Mm-hmm.
No ghosts.
No.
Alright. Go over to the chest.
Okay.
Is it trapped?
Make an investigation check.
22.
No, it's not trapped. And if it is, it's probably damaged.
I'll open it then.
You're gonna open it?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to open. Make a strength check.
5.
Can't get it. Oceanus comes over and helps you. And you guys can, and as soon as you open it, you watch as a bunch of water goes into it. And you guys watch, and you just see gold pieces begin to float out of the chest.
Air-filled gold pieces.
You start to push it back in there
Yep.
as best you can. You get it in, you kind of shut it again.
I'm gonna grab one side of it and.
All right,
kinda
you notice Giannis kind of bring it over, and you start to bring it up towards the surface again. Chena, you watch as they break the surface, and they have this chest which previously weighed 15 pounds. Now I'm pretty sure it weighs about 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's
A lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
I went down with you guys. Right?
Yeah.
I will cast.
No, maybe about 150 pounds.
Oh, that's much less.
I'll assist you guys in trying to
Yeah.
get
Can I?
the ship.
I'm gonna have them lower the little boat.
Yep, you guys lower the
Put it on
boat.
it?
You put it into the
Put the
boat,
skeletons up there.
and she puts 2 skeletons into it. And you raise the ship up. You bring it over. I'm assuming you open the chest.
Yeah.
You open the chest and water just spills out of it. Can I count through it? It's 500 gold.
Cool.
My
Is there anything else?
No, nothing else in it.
I keep swimming around. There's nothing else in the ship or in the...
Nothing else.
We didn't investigate though.
You didn't see much down there.
Can I go back down and investigate?
Sure, roll investigation. Rosalie just dives back
with,
down.
with your guard shark.
With my guard shark.
Mhm.
Investigation. That would be a 16.
You don't find anything else down there. It is completely abandoned, destroyed. Nothing much left from that ship. It's either it's really really old. This thing seems to be the only thing that survived. You get back onto the ship, I'm assuming.
Anything?
Is this the only one we got a rumor about?
No, there are 2
I'll
others.
transform back and
Okay.
go up with them.
There are 2 other ships.
Right, well, I'm interested.
So how are we doing split?
Well,
Message.
some of it should go
We
to.
also got a crew.
Yes.
I know. That's what I'm asking.
I usually take the cruise cut out of mine.
That was a message.
Oh,
He
you're
was
right.
going to
Yeah.
individually do it. Just
Okay.
like, what about the crew?
Is there anything on the
That's why I'm asking.
skeletons?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, alright.
I wanna
And if
make
you're
sure
gonna
I'll-
grab the skeletons, you need to pick like bits of bone you would have taken. They don't stick together.
I will try to collect all of their bones.
Okay. You have a few femurs, rib cages, and skulls.
Each
Good
one of
enough.
them had 6 individual skulls.
Yeah. What kind of
He's
monster?
a 6-headed man.
Well, no, there's a bunch of Medusas with little things.
Oh.
That's cute.
Oh no. Jacob's
It's the-
gonna. Jacob's
it's
making a
underwater.
Medusa pirate.
Yeah, it's the underwater Medusas.
Imagine Medusa
No, I don't want
underground.
to.
You turn to stone, sink to the depths.
Jacob's doing it, and I'm terrified.
That's just mean.
Yeah.
He already made a beholder pirate
Why would you put a beholder anywhere?
because he hates
They're
me.
awesome.
Remind me, what was the agreement that we made
How
with,
could he be a pirate?
They get paid every month. They've been paid for this month.
Yeah.
but how much?
I would want to be
It's a
mob
total of
boss in the water.
180.
Lots of reasons.
So why don't we just leave that out of this 500 so we can pay them next month? Easy
That's
as
fine.
the rest.
Keep it in your quarters.
I was just gonna give them a portion because if we're already paying them 2 weeks early for their payment, then
If we're not being
Okay.
selfish, they did, we couldn't come out here without
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep it back and just. Oh wait, how long has it been since we got the
2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, because we just did a week, and I think it was only like a couple of days
I'd say
before.
each one of them should get an extra piece of gold there.
I was gonna give him 2.
That's fair to me. Sounds fair.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
So
let me-
we're
let me
splitting
know how much we
490 among ourselves.
460.
460. Oh yeah.
There's 20 of them.
Yeah.
Crew's very happy to get some extra spending money.
Oceanus does not get an officer's cut
Okay.
because he's already paid as like a skilled worker.
Oh, you're right. That's fair. So what do we get?
I'm doing the math right now.
460 divided by 5.
And then we're gonna head to your second hit point because we got.
If you guys want to go to the other one,
We
I
can
don't.
do that, and then we can see what Gina was talking about.
Well, that's
If
a
you
lot
don't mind,
better than sticking around in fucking
Does the crew
Saltmarsh.
react happily to the
Yes,
extra 2 gold?
very
Okay.
happily. I will go ahead and say that they. Hang on. Let me check.
Okay. I believe that the other.
Technically, only a day's wage. Oh no,
2
never
gold
mind.
is a day's
It's a
wage.
day's wage for the officers.
Yeah,
Uh,
'cause that's a lot.
Are we doing,
It's spending money for them. It's nice.
are we doing 85 gold
That's a little
apiece?
hefty.
everyone gets 92.
92. I was way off. All right.
Did you say 80?
No, 92.
No, him.
Yes, he said 85, I think.
Cool. I'm gonna put that
Well,
in my ship's lockbox.
I have a vague idea of where the sinker sank. No clue where the curiosity sank.
Curious.
I'd say that makes me curious. It's
Curious.
not a funny joke
Well,
though, it's just a...
You guys should be bards.
you know of Mordenkainen, right?
I actually learned a couple things from Bardic schools. I found a book. I read the book. I learned some things.
I will say that because you helped the crew, it was a successful mission. There was no storms the way there, and you guys succeeded in taking care of the quippers without hurting anyone besides yourselves. It does increase their
And-
their loyalty.
And it was a nice show.
We fed them.
There were lots of laughs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was super funny.
We also gathered a lot of food.
They all laughed when you were like, the ballista, just shoot the quippers with ballista. Where's the pencil I just had?
They also were like, wait,
Our
you
cat
got
is
it.
there.
There it is.
We could have done the bow and arrow fishing.
Yeah.
The ropes, maybe, but still,
Okay.
It's a thing. People
Yeah,
do that.
I know.
It's weird.
Bow
it
fishing.
doesn't work that well.
Bow fishing?
Yeah, because
They work.
unless you're really good at it, there's like the light diffraction makes things look
Yeah.
like they're.
And typically they only do it if like the fish are. Anyways.
Okay, go ahead.
Bound to hit one if they're in a giant group. Where are you going? You sailing off, setting sail?
Well, the sinker is a few miles southeast of Saltmarsh. That's what I
And where
learned.
are we right now?
I don't know how far. We are 3 days from Saltmarsh in the southwest.
Oh,
We can sail back to Saltmarsh and then go southeast if we can find.
let's try and spend as little time there as possible.
Why?
I mean, we're not going back to.
Rather be out on the ocean. Not much to do there.
We won't dock. We'll just.
Well, we have someone to speak to, right?
We should
We can
probably-
take a day with for the crew. Let them spend the new
I
gold.
suppose.
Do we pass any islands on the way here?
Not yet, no.
Do we see any?
Way in the distance.
Where in the distance?
Island?
There is
Or is
one.
it not important?
Let's do
No, it's
that.
important.
Okay.
There's
They're all
you saw 2 to the west and 1 to the southeast.
Holy crap, this place is compact. Like during our journey here?
Mm-hmm. You can see them. It's the ocean. You can see shit for miles.
Is anyone down for a little exploration?
Only like
Sure.
36 miles.
It's clear.
The earth is flat though, so.
The Earth is definitely flat.
Well, we're not on Earth, so.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
We're on the plane. The material plane.
It's round. Just letting you
I
know.
mean, you can see the Channel Islands from shore.
How
See it.
far out are they?
One to the
Because
southeast?
recently-
Sure.
Alright.
There's apparently a magical fishing pole on the sinker.
We don't know where the sinker's at.
No,
We could have used that.
we
Are
could.
you guys gonna fish? Are you gonna go to an island, or what are you doing?
Well, can we go to go to the closest island?
Closest island. Does anybody have a telescope?
No.
No, unless it came with the capture
All right,
course.
then navigator, make a survival check.
We're 20 feet above sea level.
Natural
30.
30.
Wow. Okay, you know the closest island is the one to the west. There are 2. One's farther away. One's closer. There's one much closer. It would take you maybe 3 hours to get there.
We could probably get there before. What time is it? Like noon right now.
Yeah.
We could get there before the sun goes down.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
All right. You guys set sail, making your way off the ocean again, cruising on. There's
me see
nothing
about 4
terrible
miles
going on.
out.
Clear skies. Very good day for sailing as you make your way out. Continuing on and on. And you have your sunglasses now.
Yeah.
He was wearing sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
The hell are those?
Get a picture. They make me look cool.
How do you see
They're
out of them?
glasses that look dark.
Who told you that?
Himself.
Mother. I'm just kidding. That's not a funny joke. I hate her. I'll kill her if I ever see her.
She's probably a liar. She said that too.
That's okay. That's
Yeah, I suppose
that's
that is
very
a little harsh.
aggressive.
Mommy issues.
I guess so.
I'd very much appreciate a sort of elaboration.
Well, if you're a drow, it's typically a matriarchy, so
I'm not a drow.
they tend to rape you if you're me
I wouldn't like that.
and a boy. So yeah, that's what my mother did to me.
Yeah, I'd probably be pretty upset. Yeah. All right.
Your own mother.
No, she didn't. She didn't. She wasn't the one that did it, but she
Oh,
did
thank
sell me.
God.
She did sell me into that life,
Whew.
and for that she deserves to die.
I'd say that's a little worse.
Yeah.
But
They're not really
fair
good
enough.
people.
You know what
Each
she
their
is?
own.
In the Underdark somewhere, which I'll never go back to.
It's not what you'd
I'll
call
kill
a
her for you.
savory place under.
Really?
What'd you say?
Free of charge,
Sure.
or yeah, go for it.
What'd you say? I missed it.
That I'll kill his mother for him.
They're on the level of pirates for like evilness to me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I know some bad men.
we were talking about something
Men.
before.
Drow.
Pirates seem more selfish than evil.
It's true.
I probably shouldn't empathize.
We were talking about something before.
We're going to the island.
Yes.
Oh
And your sunglasses.
Oh, that's right. The cool sunglasses.
I forgot to. They just make it look interesting.
Kieran told me. Get rid of them.
Oh. How'd your date go?
I'd say well. Yeah. I didn't freeze up like I normally do.
That's great.
If she told you to wear them glasses after the date,
Mm-hmm.
might not have gone that well.
I
Do you
don't.
not like his glasses? I think they look alright.
Not quite her style, but
You get closer and closer to the island. It's got, you reckon it's about 3 miles wide and about 5 miles long. Pretty big. As you get closer, there's this forest in the middle of it. And there's this big, long, big white sanded beach just kind of going around the sides of it with very blue waters kind of the outside.
blue ass water.
Blue ass water. Looks like Gatorade. You start sailing on further forward. You don't see anything on the shore as of now, but you can only get about maybe 500 feet away before you have to drop anchor.
The two of us have lived in Saltmarsh for a while there, right?
2 months?
What's usually out here?
I haven't.
Distant islands, and you've never been?
You know that you could go in any direction outside of Saltmarsh. The ocean is a strange place. Like you know a good portion of the entrance,
Mhm.
like the closer part. But as you get further out, it's like who knows what's out here.
I've
It
been
could
on
be, It could
the-
be random and strange.
The island near Saltmarsh. Marsh,
Is
the
there
one that's like
something on it?
right.
That's what they look like.
Oh, like Morpheus glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you know.
Yeah, they probably do look terrible in a drow. Sorry, no.
I believe.
They look terrible.
They sacrificed harpies on the island.
They sacrificed Arby's.
To
That's
get-
my favorite restaurant. I didn't hear what you said. You say Arby's?
Harpies, not Arby's.
That's your favorite restaurant?
What the fuck is an
They
Arby's?
sacrificed
Fucking
it.
terrible. Please sponsor us,
It's Arby's, right?
my
Arby's. Fuck. No, hold on.
Right,
It
so
was-
they sacrificed
Arcane Arcade, sponsored by Long John Silver's and Orange.
No.
I'd shut down the
That's just-
channel. I'd personally delete all of our videos.
Are there
There's
any other
a-
bad restaurants we can get? Can we get Little Caesars?
Does this creature or
Colton
restaurant
likes Little
thing have
Caesars.
the meat?
What about Burger King?
Some people really like Burger King.
Chicken.
Okay.
What?
It's harpies that they sacrificed on the island, right? To bring the fish in?
I thought it was sirens.
Sirens, not harpies. Sorry. Is it
Well,
sirens?
that's a whole different story.
I
Well,
don't-
not quite.
I don't know.
We're
I
rolling
spent
history.
a day there to
Okay,
try to
well,
find stuff. They couldn't find anything.
All right. So there's a bit of variety, is what you're saying.
8.
Legend goes that it was could have been a harpy.
What?
Probably a siren.
What
Yeah,
do
their
you-
song
I was wrong
brings
history.
brings the fish to the island, and then the sailors
Heard a bit about a
net the
siren
fish.
song.
And
What causes them shipwrecks?
sometimes, yes, there are harpies nearby though. I've killed a few.
Any sirens?
Not that I know.
That's good to hear. Well, so essentially what we're entering is a sort of a mixed box of whatever.
Yes.
All right. I've been to other regions where every island is owned by the same kingdom, or all of them are inhospitable, but never separate civilizations.
Someone might own it. Saltmarsh doesn't, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Separate civilizations so tight together.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I'm curious. We're wasting time. We're already anchored.
Oh, are we already anchored?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Okay.
anchored about 50 feet out.
No,
500.
500.
Right on,
Yeah.
right on the shore.
Right, we anchored.
Oh, we should upgrade the ship to do that.
Alright.
We're
Have like a
lowering
long-
the boat.
Have like, have like tank wheels.
Yeah.
Poles,
No,
the long oars that come
No,
out
no,
the
we need like landing gear, like planes where like it just opens up.
Yeah,
You need a
tiny-ass
glider
wheels.
on your ship. You get tank wheels. You go on a cliff on the edge of Saltmarsh. You can just fly.
yeah, that's how we take off to shore.
It'd be so
Or to,
cool
to the ocean.
Whee!
to like have detachable tank wheels that you just roll onto an island with your fucking boat.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Immediately cuts to
Do
like
we-
military music. Just
But would that make it a land ship?
Yes.
First airplane. Who gets in the rowboat?
I assume we're all
all of
going.
us.
Everyone.
All right.
I don't think we're taking anyone
You
else.
5.
Yeah.
Probably not oceanus.
Who
We're all
watches?
everyone.
Who's like captain while we're gone?
We have a
Is that what
Talk.
she is?
Doc is always
right.
second in command while we're gone.
Okay.
He's alive and wants to eat my
Technically, Rosalie's second in command, and then
No,
after
we-
Rosalie,
no,
it's
yes.
Doc.
Yeah, but when neither of us are there.
Yeah. You guys get on the ship and you sail over. Make your way onto the island. You beach upwards. Sand is very smooth as your feet step into it, and it's very
Take off
pristine,
the
very
lotion.
white. It's warm sand. It's interesting. You just see pushed by the wind in the distance.
Oh, this is an adventure.
And then you look over at the sand. And on the sand, you see
Mm.
footprints
Never mind. We should probably
Peering.
leave.
in the sand.
Peering.
Yes.
Oh.
Hello there.
Nature checks, everybody.
Can I preemptively cast something?
What do you cast?
Enhance ability.
Sure.
18.
18. Okay.
Why?
18
Why
as well.
do you do this?
Okay.
Nice.
21.
Oh, okay.
14.
Don't know how I know this thing. but-
Nature checks?
Won't have bugbears.
Yeah, I'm just.
8. All right, Hemo, you've never seen a horse before. Everybody else has though.
This is a fucking horse.
It's 4. It's invisible as it comes forward, and you just hear all
Sure
of you
never
hear
seen it
out
invisible.
loud. What are you doing here?
Oh my god, it's a talking invisible horse.
We're either exploring
How do you know
or
it's a
leaving right
horse?
away, depending on.
I am the leader of these people here, and I take great caution as to who comes to my island. We have not seen visitors in a long, long time.
Well, we're loot.
We're
Maybe
here
don't
to
tell us
loot
that.
our island.
Well,
No.
we're legends of our time.
Which actually stands for.
Or losers of our
I
time.
left my book back on the ship.
And we were just sort of adventuring to see what was on this island. We can leave if you need us to.
You do not seem evil then.
No.
You do not want to hurt us.
No.
No.
We will help if you need it.
Well, we need
Prefer
no
to-
help. It would just be very fun to have somebody, some company.
We're
Haven't had friends in a long time.
we're a very fun group. You should have seen us just a couple of hours ago.
The form shimmery, and you're like, oh my god, it wasn't a person.
It's a horse! Oh god!
Is it a centaur? It is a unicorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Horn, golden hair, white. What the fuck do the horses have? Their own fur.
Mane?
Mane?
Mane? No, it has
Mane.
golden mane. It is.
Yeah.
It is. What the fuck is the rest of them?
That's
That's
fur.
fur.
Yeah.
All right. Horse fur.
Short hair, right?
Yeah, I
It's
guess
very,
so.
very short hair.
It's like platinum white, and it has these golden eyes that look over you. The eyes are like strangely human. Like they seem to know more as you look into the eyes, but it's got a horse face, and it just looks
like Arcana or something to be familiar with it.
sure.
I've had some
related experience and read some books.
Do I need to roll to know that this is a unicorn?
21.
It's like the real world. You guys know that unicorns
It's like Legends
are a
of
thing.
it.
Yeah. You know that unicorns are good creatures that are magically powerful and are typically celestials.
Okay.
So you're the nerd about it. But it says
My dad was the nerd.
the mouth does not move. You just hear a voice, and the horn begins to glow. It says, "Follow me," and it leads over towards the forest. This is literally, you think it's a dream. It is a white beach with waves going up, and a unicorn is walking up the side of it.
We
You're
got
like,
blue ass
okay.
water, clean ass sand.
You're like, we died. This is heaven.
We're in Gatorade waters, and we're seeing.
You can
The
s-
Scorpions actually killed me.
You can smell the electrolytes.
This is just lost. We're just in the plot of Lost.
You guys follow the unicorn.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Follow
There
the
is
unicorn.
no character I would ever play that says
It
go.
leads you over towards the forest that looks very plain and boring. And as soon
Mr.
as it
Unicorn,
does-
sir,
Yes.
I have a possibly offensive question,
Maybe don't
but
ask it
it's
then.
in the pursuit of love.
Charlie.
Do you have any unique creatures that can be hunted on this island?
You cannot hunt them.
Okay, it's fair.
Are any
That
of
is a little
them?
offensive. Maybe don't ask it that.
I asked it as politely as I could.
There are not many predators here.
And we're not trying to add to those numbers.
I didn't know unicorns were real.
You'd be surprised. Do you know,
Didn't know giants were real.
have you seen one?
No.
In the distance.
They could step on your house.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This is a lot of people who say they've seen a giant before, and like, I
Well,
don't
there's
think
like
they're lying.
ogres and
I've
things
never
that are
heard of
good.
anyone who's seen a unicorn before, and wasn't on something.
Well, we were on a boat.
Surprised you don't realize.
No, like drugs.
Okay, you don't.
No, I don't.
Because where I'm
Do
pretty
you
sure
ever
you're
show
from
up
is
to people who
probably
aren't
near where I'm from, and this type of stuff
Yes,
is
sometimes.
sort of normal. I've never seen unicorns.
Not really.
I know
I
you're young, but
As I said, I woke
No.
up
He goes over
the day I
towards
met you.
towards the edge of the forest and touches it with his horn, and it like shimmers like
my
a pool of water, almost like a reflection, and then it fades to show this beautiful, strange-looking forest with glowing like globules of light that lead into this fairy-like place.
We're
And he
now
says,
the
"Come,"
fucking
and he
Feywild.
leads you in.
This is what
And
we
as soon
call-
as you lead in, it just feels warm, and everything's okay, and it's just very beautiful. As you step in, it's like it's a fairy tale forest. Like there's a path, and it's like
And it's
and
yellow
it's
and
perfect,
there's
and
bricks.
the flowers
Yeah,
move
they
and
do.
follow you as you walk through. And
That's
it's-
just creepy.
yeah,
Flowers follow us.
they look at you as you go
Oh,
by.
okay.
Yeah.
I was
They don't
imagining them,
start
like-
walking behind
yeah,
you
like
with a
coming up,
Glock. Like, all right.
that's like the start of a movie that you don't know is gonna be a horror movie.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people happy, and then they turn evil at the end.
You guys make your way over, and you appear into like this clearing, and the clearing has
Yeah.
tables, and you see little tiny chairs and little tables and little teacups, and you see a bunch of fairies and pixies flying around with little teacups and small crumpets, and the unicorn comes over, and they just go yay, and they see all of you come in, and they go and the unicorn says, "Do not worry, they are friends. They are here to have tea." Yay! And they all begin clapping, and they kind of fly over to all of you, and they start poking you, and they start speaking in this strange language that you understand. They speak Sylvan, you son
Yes!
of a bitch.
Fuck!
They're literally going over, they're like, "What's this? What's this? Oh, I don't know what this is.
I
You
guess.
have weird hair." And they go over.
Don't
and they-
understand.
I'll say hello to them in Sylvan.
they go over to you and they're like, "You're a forest elf," and they're so interested in you, and you are like the life of the party. They love you forever. And you talk to them, and they tell you guys some weird, dumb jokes that don't make any
I'll
sense. But
translate
Yaga
them.
thinks they're hilarious. Yeah.
Are any of them like afraid of me?
A few of them are tentative, but they warm up to you, and then
Okay.
they're okay with it.
Cool.
And you guys have tiny tea. It's Feywild tea. It's delicious.
Are these like those cups that I can just eat after? Like,
Yes,
Sweet.
sure. Why
You can eat
not?
Any cup if you,
You-
try hard enough.
No, there's
Put it
some.
in your mouth and it's ceramic.
Yeah, you can eat the cup.
I don't remember what it was from, but there was something that was like they're like sipping tea, and then the tea.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And You guys spend time with these fey creatures. You exchange stories. You tell jokes. You tell them where you're from. They tell you where they're from. They live on the island. They haven't seen people in a long time, and you're their best friends, and they love you forever. The unicorn just kind of watches and just hangs around in the back like the guarding parental figure.
Make sure we
of a
don't murder
unicorn
them.
dad. And
I'd
eventually,
like to go over to him.
okay, you go over
talk,
to him.
talk to him while everything's happening. I'm the, well, I've got a bit of a curiosity about your nature and such. Can I ask you a few questions?
What do you want to know?
Well, I'd like to know a bit about you and your nature. Maybe your people, what this island is about, what you're protecting. I'm just curious. It's a bit of a lineage.
I protect these people in our community.
The
They
little-
live in harmony and happiness. That is what we want to continue. I am their guardian.
From what?
Anything that would come to hurt us. You, mostly, but you seem to be more or less good for them. Sometimes there are evils that awake, and I must protect them from these evils.
Do you know of any rumors or sort of, can you sense evils locally?
Sometimes.
Is there anything going on right now?
No, we've been at peace for a long time. There are no predators. There are no evils. There's nothing that wants to conquer us on this island. And we want to keep it that way. Though it does get a little lonely. And it's good to have people like you to come visit us at a time like this.
Do you have any sort of local ambitions? Any greater purpose this island has?
No,
Just
our
comfort.
purpose is to live here and be comfortable and happy.
Right.
Probably attempted doing a game of hide and seek.
Then we
Oh, they play all day, and they're like kids. You get tired after a while. You're like, okay, I gotta stop. And they're like, you can literally turn into a bug. We will always find you. And you're like, oh, okay. yeah. They and they're really good at hide and seek, like too good. And it's really hard to play with them because they're like competitive about it, and it's like, okay.
They know the meta of hide and seek.
Yeah. They do. They're like, this is the best place to hide over here, and if you hide over here, you're an idiot.
It's like for foreigners here, for people who know the area here,
Mhm.
like people who know the map, people who don't. We go
Yep.
here, then we move from there to here. Like, fucking. All right, we're not playing.
Oh, they'd be great at sardines. 'cause
You
they're all
guys
so
spend
small.
an unbeknownst amount of time until eventually the sun starts beginning to set in the distance. Or has it always been setting? You don't know. But you're just in complete bliss. This is a beautiful, beautiful place, and you never seem to get tired. You don't feel uncomfortable at all. It's just great. You feel like you could either doze off to sleep or stay awake for hours and hours and hours.
Live for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
End of campaign.
Can we take a long rest or a short rest here?
Yeah, you guys can rest if you want to.
I'd like to regain my bearings.
Do I know about the Feywild and its
And it's what?
tendencies?
What tendencies?
Potentially time-wise?
Not to
No.
Okay.
I'm
Because
actually-
it does not affect you.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go back to the ship and make sure that the crew's not worried we're dead or
It's
anything.
a bit more comfortable here than on a ship. We
We
could.
can come back for you.
I'm very comfortable on the ship. I don't know.
Oh no, yes it would. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know that sometimes it can, but it's weird. You haven't really experimented with it. You don't know all the details of it.
Yeah, it's really nice here, but we probably shouldn't be here too long.
You don't want to just take a nap?
If you,
It was very nice tea.
time is just weird here. I visited before once. To visit this
Where do you think we are? You've been to this island.
Not this island, this place. I know, I kind of recognize it a little bit. It's not exactly the same place as where we were. It's a place called the Feywild, I believe.
You're talking about like the
Yeah,
outer
sure.
planes and such.
Kind of. Dad showed it to me once. It was like, he was like, don't go over here unless you're with me. And he took me over there one time.
Well, now my
And then
comfort
our
has turned to
force
anxiety.
Um,
We should probably leave.
However, it should be safe. I don't know too much
What do you
about
mean
it.
should?
I don't want like 2 years to have passed if we take a nap. I
Alright.
don't know
Let's
how
not
it
walk in
works
the woods.
exactly.
Okay, Yaga goes into the woods.
I will will
Follow me back to the ship.
I also don't know if the
Do you know where you're going?
About 5 minutes, he walks back.
Mr. Unicorner,
Yes.
can we get back to the ship?
You can leave whenever you want.
I'd like to leave right now.
Alright.
I'm still here.
Can you guide us back?
Yeah, follow the path. And he points over towards the path, and the path glows.
Oh, alright.
Oh.
Alright.
And the trees kind of part way to let you go.
I go
You guys
down.
leave?
Where did that-
As I walk out, I'll like the pixies say, we'll probably visit again sometime. I think, right? It's kind of your.
I don't know. There's always the chance that as soon as we leave this island and sail away, it just disappears and is never found again. But
Just hear echoing.
All of them are like, "Aw," but they're happy you got to come, and you know they're your new friends, and they love you.
And they love you.
Oh,
So you guys have spent quite a few hours here already. Just letting you know. So, but you did not long rest.
Right.
Okay.
Like 4 hours
So you
or
get onto the path and you start to make your way over. As soon as you do, you can see the sun is setting. You can see kind of the stars out, and you make your way over towards the edge of where you believe your ship to be. And as soon as you push out of the way of the trees, you're greeted by sunlight, and you all step out. Behind you, you just see a brush, nothing like what you saw before. The ship is still there.
Oh, thank God. Does it feel like time has passed? I feel fine.
Wasn't it dark when we were going in?
when we went into the Feywild? No, it was 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Probably
Hopefully.
hasn't been that long.
Can I try to tell what time it is?
Make a survival check.
7.
You have no idea.
Well,
We can just go back. And
only one way to find out.
Hopefully it didn't change at all.
Okay, let's go. Get back on the little boat.
I'd like to know if Dr. Bins is okay.
You guys go over, you get back on the rowboat, and you row back over towards the ship. And as soon as you, the crew sees, and they pull you back up. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How long were we in there?
5 minutes.
Oh,
Alright,
that'd be a fantastic place to hide.
simple enough. You're probably right. We'll write that down.
Oh.
I'm just gonna delete Silver Dick Pipsqueak because I don't remember who that was.
A few of the crew members go over and they're like, you know, this island isn't on any nautical charts. Yeah, doesn't exist anywhere.
I knew it.
Well, nobody's ever found it before.
Oh.
Well,
It's here, obviously.
Yeah.
let's mark it
That
on
means
that
we're the
map.
first ones to find it. Maybe
Yeah.
we should name it.
Invisible Island.
Invisible Island.
I don't like that much. What did you say the place was that we went to?
Feywild?
We shouldn't call it that, right? Then people would come
No,
here.
we shouldn't call it that.
Oh, we should give it a name that like makes people not want to find it.
Could call it
Doom
just a
Death.
Wild Island.
Doom
Island.
Death Island.
Yes.
I like Wild Island.
I like that.
Doom Death Island. That's awesome.
Could call it the
We could
Island of Horns.
We could write it in. Could write it in Sylvan too. The one would have. They'd have to
The
decode
horns
it.
are more like tusks or teeth. Could call it like
I feel like that kind of gives it away though.
Yeah.
tusks and teeth.
Tusks and teeth.
Actually, and regardless, it's gonna be called Doom Death Island no matter what the language is. So
Doom Death
uh,
Island.
Not a big
Or-
fan,
But
but
Isle of Horns.
Isle of Doom Death Horns.
that sounds like shite.
Well,
Right, we have the wreckage of, what was it called? The old ship? What we just went to? Escape.
Escape.
Mhm.
We
Escape.
have the wreckage of Escape. And not too far off is Doom Death Tusk Island.
In Sylvan. What would that even be?
I'm not.
Sound terrible.
I'm not trying to give it a good name. I'm trying to give it a name that keeps people away from it. Isle of Horns is a good name, but people might be drawn to that.
I wouldn't think so. So could call it Forfang Island.
Forfang.
Like a
Oh,
unicorn.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Four-Fang Island. Write it down on the maps.
All right, you guys have named and charted Four Fang Island, which is probably the safest island ever.
Let's just keep this to our charts for now.
All right, it is about 3:05. What are you guys doing?
So another island, or
We did see two on the way here.
Another island.
are we getting tired?
You guys getting tired? I mean, you guys have some hours left in you.
Okay.
There's the island to the southeast. Is the way we're meant to go.
How far is that? I'm saying, do you think we could?
You guys aren't traveling, so no, you're not really that exhausted.
We
It was
should-
just because we spent hours on that island. I wasn't sure.
Oh no! In fact, you feel better after coming off that island.
That's some good ass tea.
Yeah.
you feel invigorated.
What's the
Sitch.
the next closest island? Where does it appear to be?
It is further from this island, and it is about maybe 2 hours away.
Is it towards or away from Saltmarsh?
It is west, so it's away from Saltmarsh.
All right.
Just for clarity's sake, we can only probably see on the front of the ship about 3 miles out. 4 miles out.
Yes, that's the way it works.
Yes.
Clarity for all of you, then.
Less islands for you then.
Is this one on the maps?
Huh?
Is this island on the maps?
Damon's what he wants to do.
Make a percentage check. We'll say 20% chance, so below 20.
Magic eyeballs.
Yes, we do have magic.
36.
I don't.
Nope.
I have
It's
human
not?
eyes.
It is not.
Oh.
Is a 20% chance it's already been discovered, so no.
Okay.
This place is, this other one has not been discovered either.
The world could be wider.
Do you
Another
think
one
that's
right down there. It's not on our map.
like a portal into the hells?
The island we're going to?
Yeah.
No. Why would I think that?
I don't know. This one was to a
No,
place.
that's
What
not
if
on
that
our
one's
map
to a
either.
place?
You want to go there?
Yes, I would like to go there.
I'll start leading us.
That
over
would be
there.
a very high chance. That would, or not high chance, would be a very low chance
Mm-hmm.
that there's two portal islands of opposites.
Mm-hmm. Is the Feywild the opposite of the hells?
No,
I would say if I feel really good in the Feywilds, I would not feel very great in the
it's
Hells.
not the opposite.
Mm.
She might.
How would you know that?
What?
Well, the
Is that
Fey-
offensive?
I'm sorry, that's cynical. Doesn't matter.
she's not a.
No, but it's warm there.
That's true.
Would any of us know about the
It's
shadow
very
cloth?
hot in hell.
Make an intelligence check.
Do
I'd be okay with the temperature, but not with the people, I guess.
Dirty 20.
Hey,
What if it was more of your kind?
dirty 20.
In your own ways, you probably read about it. You probably have heard about it via your tribe and your people.
Might probably
I
consider writing about it.
Vaguely know about it. I just know that the Hells isn't the opposite of Feywild. I don't know much about the place it is.
Not too familiar with the house. No, there's nothing good out there.
It's hell.
Pretty much.
Expect it to be bad.
The one thing I do know is we're supposed to be here. This plane, this planet. Nowhere else. It's not for us.
Well,
Except for maybe where we just were. That was very nice.
At about 5-ish p.m., the sun is kind of starting to set. It's not almost setting yet. You make your way over to the island, much smaller actually. Maybe about 2 miles wide, 3 miles long. Less beach this time, much more forest, and you can see that it's mountainous a bit. There's a bit of like there's a lot of rocks on this island. You guys anchor right outside. You get in the rowboat. You're going towards the island.
Mm-hmm.
You start rowing your way over. You beach onto the island once again. The sand on this island is similar to the other one you were just at, and you kind of make your way over, and there is a forest right in front of you. What are you doing?
You're totally
I'm looking
gonna
around
be
in the
successful
sand.
Death Island, right?
But we didn't name it that.
I'm looking around in the sand.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, we subverted expectations.
That's why might is in there.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. See a few crabs moving their way along.
Fuck you.
Vicious mockery.
Why? Because I'd like to eat crab tonight. That's so good. I'd love to be able to just do that. You see
I'm gonna
something-
eat you. It just dies.
Your flesh belongs to me now. Alright, cool.
You know, if you ever want crab, there's always Crabber's Cove back in Saltmarsh.
Yeah.
They could do with a few less crabs.
Oh, that crab.
Okay.
That place
Make a
is
wisdom
scary.
save.
I think we should take that place out. Free it back up.
Do you think there's smugglers in there? Crabs
You
are
go,
like a
fuck you,
Maybe.
and it just goes.
Oh. I don't like the noises. It makes
I
me
put it in the back
sad.
of the
Thunk.
We could turn
Not
it into
crab. equipment.
like an onshore hideout for us. For
We
loot.
could.
What are we looking for?
Gear? Anything?
Anything.
Alright.
Fair we could go hunting, maybe.
Let's investigate.
Well, generally, the best place to go on New Islands is to the center and then back.
Let's go then.
Alright.
We would like to explore the island.
All right, you guys make your way into the jungles of the island, and as soon as you start to push forward, there's not much animal life here. Actually, it's rather small. So occasionally you hear a few birds, but that's about it. As you kind of push your way through, it starts to elevate more and more. There's no path, there's no unicorn, there doesn't seem to be anything.
This is
And
beautiful.
as you start to push your way along, you hear
Waterfall.
in the distance. And you start to move your way along, pushing further and further. And you go over and you find a small pool. As you go up and up the mountain, as you go up the hills, you maybe travel for about an hour up this thing until you get to a point where there's this pool. You kind of pull yourselves up, and as soon as you get to the pool, you see a waterfall coming off the top of this like stone structure, very beautiful looking stone structure that comes down. It has to be natural, but it almost looks like it was carved. It's just strange. It kind of goes down to a curve, and the water creates this rainbow that goes up into this pool of glistening water. Like it is literally sparkling. And it's kind of this blue-green water that kind of glistens in this small pool. And as you look over, the waterfall is falling upwards. The water literally goes out of the pond, it seems, and literally goes up. The pond does not get any smaller. It does not sink or anything. The waterfall is going up.
Oh, I found
What?
I'm gonna spit and just see. Oh, okay.
And then it goes.
It does not.
Can I try to get and look behind where the water's going up?
Yeah, you go over and you look behind. You do see a cave.
There's always a cave.
I'm teleporting the waterfall.
It's
Just
weird
the
as you
water.
push it. It goes onto your hand upwards, and it creates a bunch of water on your hand.
I'm like holding it.
You're like holding water, and then until it eventually just slips upwards.
I'm going to
Guys, there's a
pull out
cave.
my rope, tie it to myself. Is there like a tree or a rock nearby?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Tie it
Don't
to
do
the
it.
rock.
Okay.
Gonna get stuck.
Drink the water. It is sweet. It is the best tasting water. It is cold. It's the best water you've ever had.
Pull out my water skate, dump it out, fill it with this.
Oh, okay. You fill it up.
I'm jumping
We're
in.
safe. You jump in.
Mhm.
You jump into the water. As soon as you do, it is incredible. It is the perfect temperature. It feels amazing. You feel like instantly clean as soon as you get in the water as well. And and as you kind of float around, you feel so good. Like it's just the best pool of water you've ever been in whatsoever. You almost feel like you could breathe it, but you don't because you know you drown. And you just kind of pull yourself up, and yeah.
I don't feel dragged towards the.
No, it doesn't drag you over. In fact, the pool is still.
Even when I'm in it.
When you're in it, it ripples,
okay.
and then that's about it.
Can I look under?
You see rock that forms like this like depression underneath, and it's clean. There's no algae. There's nothing.
Do you guys want to go in this cave?
Yeah. This is a very strange.
I kind of wanted to ride a
Phenomenal.
waterfall.
I don't know that
I
it'd
agree
carry
with
you.
them.
You can try.
Okay.
Whoop. You go to the waterfall.
I'm gonna jump in the waterfall.
You go to the waterfall, and you just get water up in your face.
like I'm
it gets up
standing
your
on a
nose at one point. You're like,
springboard.
ugh, and it doesn't lift you up though.
I just step out waterlogged.
You don't.
Maybe not. Don't open your. No.
Would have been nice to.
Spits out water.
Would have been nice to know that.
Also, just because the liquid is in your mouth does not mean you have to swallow.
You guys know that smell of like hose water on like a summer day, or like like a waterfall in the distance of that vegetation, like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like that times 10. It smells so good.
Ooh. Let's just go to Disneyland right now.
Okay.
Can we?
I'll stay here.
Yeah,
Not even for the smell, man.
Huh?
I'd pay like
We're not going to
I'm not
Disneyland
going to
tomorrow.
Disneyland.
All right. Are you guys going into the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys kind of make
I'd like
your
to
way over,
stealth.
step in, roll stealth.
I'm gonna draw myself with prestidigitation. Can I do that?
Yep. Cast a spell. Oh, the water's on. Yeah.
There's a little human in here now.
22. Sorry.
22. You stealth in. It is
It
an
looks like
incredibly small room. There's nobody in it. It is relatively dark, and it is lit by two what look like torches, but they're bluish green flame, and they look like magic light that is lighted through. And on the wall is these carved what look like is a carved runic. The strange language is carved into the side of the
Can I
walls.
read it?
No, none of you can read it except for you because it's Sylvan.
Wow.
It is
Maybe
also
this episode Sylvan.
it is also
These and what are these?
it is Sylvan and Druidic. It's kind of this mixture
Oh,
of both.
okay.
You can easily read it. It's like, hey, this is like the language of my people. And you
And
go
my
over
other
and you start to read it. And basically, it has two parts of it. First of all, it has one proverb at the top of it, and it just reads, bring life to death. And then below it, it is a story that reads of a elven woman who went to protect her lover in the forests, and unfortunately, this dastardly beast killed her. Her lover went and brought her to this pool and brought her in as a last chance effort to the druidic gods to do something, and the pool seemingly brought her back to life.
I'll relay the story.
And Vara reads that to everyone.
Does it describe the beast?
Does it go into any more description about the beast, or is it just a beast?
No, it just says a beast.
Just
Yeah.
a beast. It could be on the island though if the story is true.
Right,
Should we try to track it?
It'd be a pretty
Nice gift for your lady
yeah,
friend.
that.
I'd very much like
Oh,
to.
sorry, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found some potatoes in the back.
You're the only one here with a.
I see you put them up. Can I have one?
Yeah, sure.
So the tale
These are cold.
talks about
Yes, they are.
talks about a beast that killed a woman. Possible that if the rest of this story is true, it does seem very druid nature to have a pool like that.
I would love to go on a hunt.
It might be even maybe like one of a kind monster here.
Let's go find it.
Yep, definitely.
We should very much write a note as to where this island is.
So it doesn't go into any
Oh, we put it on our map.
In case
about
any of us
what
ever
beasts look like.
It is literally the most unimportant part of the entire story. It's literally one part. It just says a beast
beast.
wounded.
Okay.
And it's like one word.
It could also just be a wolf. Like,
Well, if it's something that can kill someone.
it could be go either way.
Oh, wolves are cool
They
too.
don't- They don't put a whole lot of description into.
Look, I just want to hunt.
I didn't see very
It's
much
not-
animal life here though.
It's true. Maybe it ate all of it.
You know Druidic, right?
Could be like a dire wolf.
That means you should,
But then it would be dead too.
means you should be able to track whatever it is pretty easily.
I don't think knowing how to speak Druidic is going to help you track.
They generally go hand in hand.
Well, we can all just try to track it.
Yeah.
Try is the word for it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely keep this waterfall noted.
Be like a boar.
That'd be a good meal for the group.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I hear boar milk tastes pretty good.
I've never heard that. Not once.
You guys are going to hunt for things on this island.
Yes.
Yeah, but as we leave, I'll fill my water skin up with the nice water.
Sounds good. Everybody make a group survival check.
Can I use that action instead?
Nope.
Fuck you.
I will accept that. It's a good one.
I hope
been
you
nice
all
if you said
rolled
yeah.
well.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not. This is a group skill check. So
6.
okay, you're not very good at hunting.
No, I'm not.
All right.
21.
I'm
Okay.
also not good at breathing and staying
3.
alive.
10.
10. Okay. So the party begins to scour the island for anything, any sort of sign of life, any dastardly creature, and you pretty much clear out the entirety of this place. There's nothing else really super interesting about this island other than its small little jungle in the middle of it. It's a few miles in radius, but as you search through it, you don't find any animals that seem to be of harm. You find a lot of lizards and like birds and bugs and things like that, but you don't find like a dire wolf or anything crazy like that. It's mostly a very peaceful forest.
Question: do we find any other water sources besides this waterfall?
No, very strange.
We can just camp out this waterfall. Everything's got to drink water, right?
We'll find it. If we
Hey,
haven't
we
found
use
it.
barrels, right? As our water source
Mhm.
for the crew.
Yeah.
Should we go get a barrel and
It's a good idea.
just fill up one? I don't want to take the entire source. This is it's not something we should take too much of.
Well,
It
today's
seems
no
never
matter.
ending.
I don't want to take that chance. This is huge that this even exists in the first place.
I'd have to agree. Don't want to lose something that can
You
bring
drank
back
the
death.
water, right? How are you feeling?
I feel fine. Water didn't seem to do anything to me, but I'm not dead. Yet.
It's very good water. I drink
Okay.
it almost too.
And you feel fine?
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
And you feel fine?
I figure I'd be acting differently if I didn't.
We'll get one barrel, and then
Alright.
And then I guess we should just head out.
Yeah.
There's nothing much here to find.
To
I'm gonna go to the ship. and
Okay.
Grab a barrel.
Alright, you go to the ship and grab a barrel.
Empty barrel. Yeah.
Empty barrel, you're going to fill it up with water?
Yep.
Alright, you go to the ship, grab the barrel.
does it seem to lower the reserves of water in the pool?
When you put the barrel in it,
Yeah.
hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Either it doesn't or it is and it's very minuscule.
Okay.
Alright, you guys fill up a barrel full of water.
Okay.
Cool.
Take that back.
Cool. And are you camping by the water? Or are you just filling up a
Are we
barrel
gonna-
of
are
it,
we gonna
taking
do
it
that
over and
to
leaving?
Hunt for beasties, or are we?
We hunted, didn't find any there.
Yeah, right. Hemo came up with the suggestion of everything has to get water eventually. So since it's the only water source, eventually anything that may be big or scary will come by.
Well, I've spent a lot of time here.
I don't care.
Could be a valuable hunt.
What? You said there were no details on that beast particularly.
Could have just been a wolf.
Could be something in the
And
ocean.
also could have killed it, right?
Maybe. That's also possible.
It could be an akla.
A what?
What?
Now, it's very rare. But an akla is a wolf that can transform into an orca. Goes back and forth.
It sounds like a very stupid creature.
Just saying. You're saying wolf. You're saying water creature. Could be both.
And you've encountered these before?
No. It's on the same level as unicorns, but we've already seen one of those today. So
So it's bullshit until proven otherwise?
yeah.
I've
Okay.
heard of a similar creature. It's called a snipe.
But again, we've
Good riff.
Tiny little birds run under people's houses,
Mm.
steal their rats.
So
Steal the rats?
As if they own them.
We like
Only
these
target
rats.
people who have rats as pets.
we've seen a unicorn today, and we've
That was yesterday.
No,
No,
it's the same day.
today, and we've
Disoriented.
now seen an upside down waterfall.
Right. It has been a strange day.
I don't feel like it's too out of the ordinary.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
So are you guys on the ship or the island?
We're deciding that.
Okay.
I think we should go. I don't think we're going
I
to
think
find.
we should just make a note of where this is. Never, ever forget it.
We'll
yeah,
just
go on.
put it put it on the
We
map.
did see a couple of islands a ways back from Saltmarsh.
I have a question. So
For who?
We're getting back on the ship, by the way.
the point
Okay.
of knowing where this is at is because of the water that we
because
supposedly
I'd-
source life, right?
I'd like to not die in my ute.
But you can't swim, right? So throw you into the pool and come back to life. You just
You guys all saw him swim earlier. He was swimming in the pool.
Me?
He had to get under the waterfall in order to do it.
Doesn't know how to swim though.
How do you not know how to swim?
He was
You,
never.
yes, you do.
No, No, his shtick is that he doesn't know how to swim.
I'm making this character as useless as possible.
Got it. Okay then. Never mind. He didn't swim, but he still did it.
He dug it
He
hard.
like stuck in,
went
like stuck
up
his head
on
in.
the rocks and
Yeah. I'm trying to make him as useless as possible.
Just tie a rope to me. Throw me in, pull me out.
Well,
Or anyone.
so what are we naming this island?
Godspout.
It's a good one.
Cool. I'm fine with that.
Alright. You guys are currently on the ship. Where are you headed? Cool thing about a ship is you can keep moving when you're asleep.
It's
Well,
doesn't make any sense.
someone.
it's basically past sunset at this point, right?
Yeah, it's about nighttime. Almost.
Should we head back to
When do you wanna
Saltmarsh?
go back to Saltmarsh?
Yeah, I figure we head back to Saltmarsh. Does anyone have any leads on future quests?
Gina did.
Oh, really?
I would like to talk to you.
Let's
We
head back
know
to
some of
Saltmarsh.
The 2 islands we saw and the 2 shipwrecks we never been to.
Right, we'll get the crew head back to Saltmarsh and then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do I have like a understudy that stays up while I'm sleeping to make sure that we're on course?
Understudy? I don't think that's how it.
I know
An
it's not the
understudy?
phrase.
Apprentice.
An apprentice, thank you.
No, because you don't need to be doing it 24/7.
Oh.
So you're like, here's our plot. Boop. Okay, do it. And then if we get off course, I can check. I'm going to go to sleep. Wake up in the morning. If we're off course, then shit. But no, it's not like somebody's like staring at a compass 24/7.
Well, I figured. As someone that check it every like hour or so.
He has a stunt double. Yeah. Anyways, you guys set off, make your way towards Saltmarsh,
I am the stunt double.
and
Just
you
another
after a few days you do make it back, and everything's good. Everything's fine.
I figure we have like a drink at night, the whole officers, and you just tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much. All I know is that this person knows about me and kind of knows about us.
Who's this?
A man named Albrecht.
Have I heard that name
A man
before?
named a brick.
I
What do you call it that?
Knows about all of us, or just knows about you?
Okay, I didn't talk to him. I talked to someone who worked for him, and he wasn't very clear.
What was his friend's name?
Half orc, hard to pronounce.
Actually, I will make you two roll a history check. They roll really well though.
21.
Oh wow, okay.
One.
1. Never heard the name. Okay.
In your life.
There was years and years and years ago. There was this dude named Albrecht. Like, oh, that's the, and this is literally how you remember it. That's the dude who almost got like a ton of money for monopolizing spice trade, and then for some reason he lost the papers, and now he's just a regular merchant. You're like, that's that guy.
It's that guy who's almost famous.
Yeah, I'm serious. That's why you remember him too. It's because it was so weird.
He wants to talk to us? Albrecht wants to talk to us?
You know of him?
I know he has information on my past. Other than that, I can't say for sure.
Well, what's your past?
How do you
That's a
feel
good
about
question.
how do you feel about spices? Are you like very knowledgeable on them, or
I mean, I know how to use them in cooking.
I'm familiar with salt.
how do you
That's
feel
not-
about monopolizing like spices? Have you ever
How can you monopolize spice? Only you can use that one particular spice?
I figure if you are the only person that knows how to grow it, then that's a way of monopolizing it.
do you know of any
I don't think you grow spice, I think you mine it.
Yeah, that's what you do with it.
Monopolize the spice trade. Yeah, monopolize spice.
Tyler knows that.
He didn't go, all paprika is mine. He just said, I'm the only one that can sell it.
How can you monopolize a spice like that?
If I catch you selling paprika
I'll kill
or
you.
pepper,
It's
More
mine.
pepper.
Tahine, don't think about it.
It's his original creation, and nobody can sell it.
Alright.
see,
Or
don't
even
steal.
eat it.
Oh, see, don't steal.
Are you
Oh.
curious in finding out about your past?
Yeah. I woke up with no memory.
Well, you seem to bring this topic up very casually, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's a bit important.
All right.
A bit.
When we get back to
How
Saltmarsh,
do we know you weren't like a pirate?
we'll find
queen or something?
him.
I don't know. So
She may have been.
maybe.
Right, that'll be our next goal.
I know a lot of ex-pirates.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want their names?
What are they doing these days?
Ex-pirates.
They're ex-pirates.
Yes. What does that mean they're doing?
They're sailing the seas.
And?
That's how I got here.
Pirates?
And? Are they attacking people?
Never in their lives. Now.
Their
new lives.
Are they ripping people off?
No. They're very fair to me.
Then we're good.
Taught me how to
Technically, I've done
sail.
Not successfully, but I've tried.
So I'm Captain.
Okay.
Ahab?
Huh?
Ahab? Captain Ahab?
Sparkle
Alright,
beard.
good.
It's actually they're very close. How did you know that? His name was he was the second in command, I think. His name was Goldenbeard. Actually. Are you branching off into divination magic?
They have that? Didn't even know. Well, I've
Is
been
there a
wasting
person
my
out there with the name Diamond?
16 years.
Or
we're gonna
Diamond
go-
Just
Mustache.
Pretty Blood and
So we're gonna go
Goldenbeard
talk to this
were
guy.
their names.
We'll see.
Pretty blood.
Yeah,
Pretty blood.
He'll probably have a job for us to do. He probably wants to talk to us. Probably to give you information. To give you information, we're going to do something for it.
Yeah.
Just like to get you a date, you had to get an Albert Pellet or whatever it was.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because that's how
Like
it
I couldn't
happened.
get a date without an Alberta.
It did
Well,
seem
he
very much
probably
like
could
that was
have,
the case.
But that's what started it, right?
No, those were the conditions.
The people
Couldn't
at
have done that
Saltmarsh seem to be
800
very transactional.
Wait, did she actually say, "I will date you if you give me this"?
No.
Okay, see,
Transactional.
that was just like. that
We
was
live in a
just like-
society. Our culture is transactional. You give something, we give you back.
And what's
Nothing
hilarious is that
else.
she
If I don't know
she
you and you
totally
talk
be
to
able
me-
say that too. What's
Yeah.
Just
That's
pretty transactional.
But I was
Alright.
mistaken then.
regardless. I feel like you've just kind of been along for the ride for a
Kind of,
while,
yeah.
and maybe if you learned a little bit about yourself, maybe you could be.
I mean that's why I went to I was going to the Dimension place in the first place because people said that because I saw I didn't see dark figures. A frog saw dark figures.
A frog.
Yes.
You get your requests from
I
a
talk to
frog?
animals all the
No.
time, so.
No. There was a halfling who talked to the frog and said that dark figures dropping off
I mean, I talk to animals too, so. I'm
said
not gonna
something,
question anything here.
I've got a couple questions.
talked to me about things, and then
The
you
frog didn't talk to you, the halfling did.
Yes.
And the halfling said that the frog was talking to him.
The halfling was probably a druid.
I believe. Yeah.
They were in the forest.
Yes.
But the frog was just a normal frog.
Maybe it was his friend.
Hey, you know about that guy? He's crazy.
The halfling guy?
He's a halfling with his frog that he talks to that lives in the forest outside of Saltmarsh, and everybody thinks he's crazy.
I say nothing.
Okay. Say
You know, if there's,
nothing.
if there's another druid around, I wouldn't mind meeting him.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a druid to
The
me.
little forest just outside town. There was like a little
Yeah, we can
shrine
go
and
by this
everything.
sometime.
Oh, that
I've
forest.
been talking to Dosser Bims, he doesn't say anything.
I woke up in that forest.
Yeah,
the
that's
day I
the
met
same.
you
This
guys.
is Bims.
That very
He's
morning.
also not a druid.
Bims, are you a druid?
Bims.
Oh dear God.
I'm pretty sure I spoke to him once. 'Cause I
Bims?
I
He
can
just-
speak to animals.
He just
I'm
says
pretty
his
sure-
name over and
I'm
over
pretty
again.
sure he said something about wanting food.
You want food?
Bims.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, Harry and Loth don't talk either.
Give
so-
me a second. Give me a second.
Harry and Loth.
Yes.
Your spiders?
Yes. One's my Black Widow. The other's the tarantula that Chino got
You
from
carry around a black widow.
Yes.
Aren't you afraid it'll bite you?
No.
Is it a male or a female?
It's female. What did that
Did you
mean?
just kill his bug?
That's what you do with them.
No.
They're his friends.
This is one. Yeah, Loth is my friend. But also, this is like a like a jab at the matriarchy.
Because you keep her in a jar?
Yes.
Do you feed it?
Yes.
Okay.
She would be dead otherwise.
Yeah.
You know,
I feed Harry too.
spiders aren't people.
No, they're not.
Keeping them in a jar isn't.
Do you
Send out a message.
do
to
you
the-
worship Loth?
Me?
Yeah.
No, why would I do that? That would be like
I don't know.
against everything I believe in.
Do you worship anyone?
I worship Faerun.
I don't know who that is.
He was her son,
No, 13.
and he rebels against her to overthrow the matriarchy.
Loth has a son.
Actually, I don't know if it's Lolth's son.
Lolth is the one of the is the matron of spiders, queen of one of the she could be a demon lord. You're not entirely sure. She's definitely on more of the negative sides of gods. Probably neutral, likely evil. Has to do with spiders.
So you keep a symbol of a deity who's not quite a savory type. You don't smash it, move
No.
on.
It's to.
Do you know how to move on?
Yes.
I think
That's why I'm here in Saltmarsh.
Still got a spider?
That's true, I do. It's because I get lonely.
Do you talk to the spider?
There's a lot of people on the
Not
boat.
really.
Okay.
What?
But kind of lonely.
I don't even want to know what you're implying. But
Oh
like-
dear God, no!
Yeah, like interaction. But again, now I live in Saltmarsh where
Just
I can
since you've
interact all
hinted
the
at
time.
that, now I want to question spider. Just smash
No,
it.
please don't.
And I
We're friend now.
I feel like it is that kind of lonely now. You brought it up. You're defending the spider.
In
Listen,
what way?
kid.
I don't want to know.
It wouldn't work. So, no.
Seems like they found a way.
This is really awkward
Yes,
now.
it is.
This is
I
very
think
painful.
I'm going to take my leave now.
I think I'll follow you.
Yeah.
Eventually,
She'll
after
get up.
the day, you guys make it to Saltmarsh, kind of in the middle of the night. You dock, you make it there. Hopefully, knowing what to do next, you will likely go talk with Audric, but that's where we're going to end tonight's game. But actually, we might continue playing
Yeah.
because, but today's episode is done for you losers. Just kidding, I love you.
for what we experienced
But-
in less than an hour.
Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate everything and all of you guys who come watch us play this dumb game. So thanks, and we will see you on the next episode. That's the end of the game.